Welcome to Talk of the Tavern. A little about us, we're your at-home interactive weekly GeekCon, all blended with wit, sarcasm, and a pub-like atmosphere. We're adults talking about adult topics and using adult language. We laugh and make jokes about almost everything. We don't intend to upset, but some folks have their feelings hurt easily. This is all done in humor in the style of the great offenders such as George Carlin, Red Fox, Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, Wanda Sykes, Sam Kinison, George Lopez, Lisa Lampanelli, Chris Rock, and others. So grab your vice of choice, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy yourself in the company of great people, hot toddies, and guests alike, because here we come.
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk of the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk of the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk of the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk of the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to Tuesday, June 26th episode of Talk of the Tavern. It's a tea party. But some of us couldn't wear hats because headphones. Let me go and do introductions. There's Andrea drinking out of her fancy bat cup.
It's a tea party. It's too hot for hot tea. So,
What are your vices?
sweet tea it is. Sweet tea and cigars.
Excellent.
We're all mad here.
Very good. Let's speak to the next mad woman, and that is going to be Elizabeth. What's yours? Are you really muted? Like one time in your life you mute yourself.
You get the prize this time.
I do love the tiara on the top hat, though. That's fucking fabulous.
Thank you.
Right there.
Thank you. I mute myself out of habit now. But no censoring. No. Today I'm drinking hot tea because it's delightful, and of course with milk because it's civilized. And I'm sitting here with my pickle of preference is my vice, and as always, water. Can't
Tell
have
me
too much
about
of that.
your teacup there. I'm curious about your teacup.
I bought this up by West Point. I was up with a friend. We were traveling.
West
and
Point,
we were going
Virginia?
No, West Point, New York, up by West Point Academy.
Gotcha.
And it's this gorgeous area up in the mountains surrounded. And we were going to just a bunch of stores. She was looking for a whiskey cart.
Well,
And
aren't we
I
all?
love a cup. I want a cup and a saucer is a moment of pause and serenity, and it takes the stress away from the day. And I found this lovely purple one, $6, and it matches my bedroom. And I said, well, it's meant to be.
Because that's where we all drink tea, in Elizabeth's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not the least, we do have Daniel Carter of itswood.com joining us with his dainty cup. And what other vices do you have today?
Well, about a foot and a half away from me, I do have a bottle of whiskey, but it's a little early here for that.
What kind of whiskey is it?
It's Pendleton.
Is that a bourbon? Is that a single malt? What kind of whiskey?
It's a blend. Is it Canadian style?
Okay, so probably a bourbon based.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they make a wonderful rye whiskey too, and it's just up the gorge from me. Yeah, no, I wouldn't put it. No, I wouldn't do that.
I'd go with something lighter, like a Glenfiddich 18 or something.
Yeah, very nice. But I'm drinking English breakfast tea.
Nice.
Trying to put my pinky out, you know.
See, my cup broke. I don't have a teacup now.
Your cup broke.
Get this woman a cup.
You have like 7
Okay.
Yeah.
cups.
Let's start a new Kickstarter. Get Andrea a cup.
Not to be confused with her athletic supporter. It's a different kind of cup.
Yeah.
And I'm Travis. I am the host. And let's see, I've got some iced tea in a mug. Thank you, Andrea. Some water and then some cigars. What do I have lined up for cigars here today? What was this? I think this was the...
There's a stash on your mug.
There is. There we go. And then I have another one, How to Be a Gentleman, and it tells you how to do all kinds of things from smoking a pipe to how to tie a tie to how to taxidermy your own animal, all in the same mug.
Mm-hmm.
And actually,
All things that gentlemen do. Yeah.
that's right. But for the taxidermy, it says pay somebody to do it for you. We're not animals.
We need a toast.
We do, but I'm trying to Olivia Series 5. So there we go. Okay, let's do a toast. Nice. Hey, we have a half dozen people. Hey, let us know who's here and what you're drinking. Tea.
Here.
Yay! Tea.
And while we're getting started, everybody click the share button. Ting! Everybody click the share button below to let your friends, enemies, everyone in the world know to come here for tea party.
Okay, I'm doing it.
If I have to.
Did it.
Don't tell me what to do.
Tell me what to do.
You're not the boss of me.
Done.
I'm going to share it everywhere. I'm going to share it in more places than you did.
Okay.
Now, don't say okay, fight me on it, because I'm encouraging other people to go and share it in multiple places.
Everybody shared more places than he did. How about that?
There we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay. I shared it in many places.
Oh, yay.
I should share it over again on... Let's go put it in VIP, I think, in the group. Pop it in there real quick and get them to come over here.
Yeah.
And then who else? I can share it straight to the Talk of the Tavern Facebook page. And then that'll be it. Because I do have to run a show at some point in time today, don't I?
Well, yeah, it's your show. Do what you want.
Don't tell me what to do. It's now the Kickstarter last night made a nice little jump in things. I was very pleased and excited by that. So it's a good time there. Only $213 to go, and it has succeeded. So there is a chance we will make it. Yep, there's a thing. Who thinged me? Or us? It's
What thing?
Is that Frisky Tall Sally? Hey, I think you just put starter. I think you just put starter.
Oh, me? Probably. I don't know what I'm doing.
I changed up our messages too. You know, the messages that
spelling is hard.
Damn words, they're everywhere.
Oh, you got it. So there you go.
Yeah. Now let me shut down all my other stuff.
So, are you no longer Night Owl Creations VA?
No.
So now you're Andrea LaChat.
Yeah, it means cat.
Because you can go change.
Chat.
You can go change your name in Twitch. So, for example, if you wanted to go and change Tall Sally to Pickle Lady, you could.
Yeah.
One big pickle.
I can I?
Yeah, yeah. I can walk you through on how to do that if you want, and I can also...
Every 60 days you can change it, so...
Right. Now, Dan already has It's Wood podcast, which is good for him.
Yeah, it's kind of boring, though, but, you know.
But it conveys.
You know, especially if you're on the show, we always mention, you know, that it's Dan with It's Wood. You could just change it to Dan's Wood or It's Dan's Wood.
Dances with wood.
Yes.
That's how you get splinters. Do you want splinters?
Because that's how you get splinters.
Yeah. No.
Yeah? No?
No.
What?
No splinters. No, I hate that.
How about just
I get
one of
them
the
all.
Ninja Turtles? Hey, it's the Countess. Hey, good to see you. Middle of the day. Hanging out.
Oh.
Creating, writing, drinking tea.
Like you do.
She's so less frisky at 3 in the afternoon than at, 9 at night.
She has to build up to it, you know. Give her time.
No, we know the truth. It's the Kevin equation.
It is. But that's okay.
Oh, I could get rid of that note because we already have the steampunk journal ad done. Sent it in
We do.
this morning before I went out.
Oh, good.
Oh, let's see. So we've got ourselves a Victoria. Who else do we have? We'll see if anybody we like is lurking.
Hey, stop it, you stupid cat. Hang on. Sorry.
Is it the Cheshire?
No, he's over there like trying to knock over a coffee cup. I don't know if it's got anything left in it from last night or not. So.
Because it's tea time. Says no coffee cups.
Victoria,
Yeah.
I have a question for you, dear. You're writing for the Steampunk Journal. And I went and looked at their website recently, and I realized they have not reviewed any of my steampunk books. Who would be the best person to contact and offer that, some books for them if they want to review them? You could drop it in a Facebook message if you want, because you put it in this chat, I'll forget. But you can put it there too for other people watching. Hi, Madam Gandalf. I think you're watching.
Oh.
Yeah, cheers, madam.
Well, she might just be lurking, not want to be called out, but I like her enough to call her out every time I can.
Put a shout out for her channel either way.
That's a good idea. I love that idea.
Me too.
Oh my god, I have a boss. Somebody knows what they're doing.
I just pretend.
Hey, it's my unbirthday.
It is your birthday.
Mine too.
Hey, it's everyone's unbirthday.
Well, except for the
Not
people who are bad and have
everyone's.
their birthday taken away.
Very merry birthday to me.
Yep.
A very merry birthday to you. And that's
If
true.
you were any of the characters, what would you be? From Alice in Wonderland. The Tea Party.
I would be the rabbit, frazzled, always late, running constantly.
The White Rabbit?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking that's the one from Winnie the Pooh.
The White Rabbit? See, I would be the March Hare.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Definitely the mouse in the teapot.
In the teapot.
The dormouse.
The one that sneezes, and we gotta put jelly on this.
So funny.
I think I'd be the Jabbercocky.
It's not cocky.
Would be if
All
I was
mim-
him.
All mimsy are your Beauregards, yeah.
I immediately went to the walrus because I love the poem. And then I
Oh,
thought,
yeah.
walrus or am I the oyster? Maybe I'm the Mad Hatter. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know anymore. Just hanging on.
I have no idea.
I made a new card.
Oh, look at that.
Sure.
Hey.
Woo.
It looks like you can make the bee into like a sideways heart.
It's a butt. 10.
But 10,
You
yeah.
could just put a hyphen
Uh-huh.
between the T and the O.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're my favoriteest.
Not really. I guess.
Huh?
It takes a long time to get those tiny little bits.
It does. It does.
Oh.
I'm up to like
But we're worth it.
1,700 so far.
What?
It's like Dan and I have played D&D games together where it takes forever to get gold pieces. And then when you go to buy something, it's extraordinarily expensive. It's just
Yeah.
very frustrating.
That'll be 4,000 gold pieces. We have 12. Totally.
Hold on while I run back home and get some more.
Yeah, let me go.
This huge adventure, and then they say thank you. No gifts.
That's frustrating. I
It
have,
is.
Close to reality. It's too
well,
close.
I have one game master that only gave XP. He went totally by the rules, which means for every piece of gold you got a 1/10 of an XP point. Oh, thank you. And that is the oddest color of red. I can't see it on the black background easily.
What?
It's wood. Daniel cheered 100 there.
See, it's orange on mine.
Yeah, I probably could refresh my page. It'll be a different color all over again. But
It's got balls.
Those weren't balls. They're penguins.
They look like little
soccer balls.
Oh, is it a soccer ball? He's waving. Okay.
This dungeon master, when you finish the adventure, let's say you were the healer, you would not get any XP for the battles. Because you didn't actually kill anything.
What an asshole.
That's stupid. That is not the way to do experience points. Experience points are experiences. Yeah, I can't.
It is.
I can't go with that. If it's just killing.
Well, so it take 3 years to go up a level?
Well, it made everybody have to play differently if they wanted to level up. Everybody had to get in there into the combat and get a hit in.
But that's not everybody's job. Everybody has different jobs in a game like that. And a healer, as long as he's healing the party, full share. I mean, why split that up?
And I'm not disagreeing with you here, but this is one reason I despise online gaming. It has created this mentality amongst tabletop gamers that you need a tank, a DPS, a healer. I've always been the type of DM that says if you all want to play warriors and fighters with no magical ability, go fucking play it. That would actually be more natural than one from each food group getting together.
Right.
Dragon food group, that is.
Right, and your dungeon master has to be good enough to feed on those characters, give them an adventure that's going to challenge them. If they're not a combat group and all you do is throw monsters at them, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Don't be a dick.
I don't go to the movie to see James Bond fail. I go to the movie to see him succeed over insurmountable odds. I mean, maybe there'll be that one movie. He actually does throughout the film, but you hang on to the end to where he succeeds.
Right.
That's why I play D&D. I've died many times, lost friends and familiars. It's been very sad.
Flip-flops.
Flip-flops.
I've lost flip-flops.
I have Filbert.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Filbert.
Does have Filbert.
I guess you could say playing D&D is kind of like either a religion or constitutional. I mean, are you a traditionalist? Are you, do you believe that there's room for malleability, that the rules are kind of guidelines? Where do you stand?
If everybody's having fun in the game, that's all that matters. I mean, if you homebrew it, because why the hell spend this kind of time if you're not having fun, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. That shit done be fucking.
I've had the pleasure of playing with a lot of different groups over my lifetime. I played in the Army, I played in high school, I played when I was in California with Elizabeth and friends. And it's funny how broad of playing styles you encounter with different groups. You get, my group here, I've played with some of these guys 40 years and a lot of different campaigns, and we'll come up with like code words, and so half the time we're talking about things, we're referencing other games, and I think outsiders would look at that and go, what are they talking about?
It's possible.
Here.
Are we toasting?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just making signs and showing them.
Oh.
We already
But
toasted.
you can toast if you want.
We could toast again.
I thought. What are we going to toast?
I don't know. Does that look like toast?
T2.
To friends, to silliness, and to having a good time while we can.
There you go. Cheers.
Here.
You can plug your game streams now, Andrea. That would be like appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Saturday we play Superhero. And that's what I was going to ask. I was talking to Travis about doing, another game. Because the game with Aiden, the Star Wars game, that's not going to be on a consistent thing. It's whenever he's here or whatever. So we're thinking of doing another game like Tefra. Is that what we were talking about?
That's what you were talking about.
What is Tefra?
Steampunk role-playing game, all based on a 12-sided dice and a clock.
Steampunk.
So it's one of those amazingly easy, simple systems that the first 10 minutes you know how to play. But then as your character grows and expands, the system becomes more and more complex as you build your character stronger. So it's actually kind of nice with the complexity increasing with your character's abilities. It's a classless system, like my family.
My favorite part is with just running is the best option. You're just running.
Yeah.
Because no matter how tough you get, you're never the biggest, baddest one on the block. There's always something big. Oh, there it is.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Something I have considered doing is basically trying to find a system like Pathfinder or whatever that you can play superheroes, space opera, etc., all in the same gaming systems. But then I've come to realize I just enjoy like the Star Wars dice with all their diversity and the percentile simplicity of Marvel. I kind of enjoy the different mechanics for different games. It gives it a very different feel from the get-go.
Elizabeth, is your pickle hot?
My pickles. It's hot in here. I'm sitting near a western-facing window, and this time of day is rough. Nice light, though. Nice light.
Now, does it make it before the sun gets to it, if you put a heavy curtain or blanket across it to make it better or worse?
It's on it. It helps by 3 degrees.
Keeps it much cooler.
From now until 8, it's just hot.
This time of day, I like being in my basement because it's like 12 degrees colder down here. It's
Is that where you are, in the basement?
Yeah. I'm sitting in the Dungeon Master seat in front of the DM table. Yeah.
Dwarf in the basement. Shocking.
Exactly. Playing D&D in the basement. Yeah.
What?
You need to play, Elizabeth, you need to play one of the role-playing games completely as the pickle. Don't even be in the shot, just the pickle. As his own character.
That'd be fun. I don't know if he can handle it. He's kind of,
Or just do a talk of the tavern episode as the pickle.
We're working on it. It's like 3 hours like this.
Well, we only have guests on for the first 2 hours.
That's true.
So
just put a table beside you, put your arm up on it. It's okay.
The thing is, I got to get these knuckleheads to behave themselves.
Us. We were
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Last time he was on.
You were showing all kinds of stuff.
I did at 10 o'clock, didn't I? Did you post? Tell me you didn't post that. You didn't post.
What? The show?
The 10 o'clock section.
Okay, I can go take it down if you want. I absolutely did. It's talk of the town.
Didn't you cut it in 2? You said you're going to do the first 2
I said I
hours.
might clip it for you and get you a copy uncut. Do you want me to go take it down?
Let me think about
it. Okay, everybody's going over and downloading it. Yeah. Which episode was that? Let me get it before you take it down.
1 pickle, 1 lady, 1 beer.
Awesome.
I probably wouldn't have shown some things if I had known that.
Yeah, no, I just said I'd get you a clean copy that you could put somewhere else. But, I mean, then we have... That's also us talking about cutting out This Week in History and everything.
Elizabeth has the look of deep regret on her face.
It can be done. You just have to let them know. That is all. So
well, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's let it roll. See what happens.
I don't think it'll hurt anything. It'll let people know because we have the disclaimer. We're going into the last hour. This is the naughty hour. Send the kids to bed.
Oh, yeah. When you see it, it's not. It's not.
It's not.
We see parts.
Oh, well. Nothing anybody else hasn't seen. All right, let it roll, baby. Let it roll.
There you go.
There's no such thing as can you be racially offensive with a pickle?
Oh yeah.
If you try hard enough, maybe.
When you see this horror movie, then you're gonna be offended by pickles.
Yeah, again, I have a gift. I can be offended by anything I decide to be offended by. Hey, come to think it, so can everybody else, which means they cannot be offended also.
Inconceivable.
I know. I know. It's
Did any of you guys see the meme on Facebook, the Inconceivables?
Yes.
Of the Incredibles?
I love that.
Put it up on in VIP.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
If it's
quick.
a VIP,
Funny.
saw it, yeah. Like 2 days ago. It was good. I liked it. Huh? For pickles after 10 p.m. Thank you, Van. Yes.
So what game would you want to be the master of?
Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Oh, me.
Because we're talking about doing a game. Did you say vampires?
Vampire the Masquerade. Yeah,
Vampire
love that game.
definitely
That was
give
fun.
A different
we can do that.
feel.
It's not yet. I'm just showing you the sign.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, you are.
It would be break time or almost.
You see, with the different games, okay, Marvel is a bit silly and fun and fast. D&D, of course, being more of an adventure and a drawn-out story over time. So it depends what kind of feel we want. How many times a week would the third one, be played?
I'd say once a week because we have the superheroes once a week, and then we have the D&D every other week.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, the options are Tefra, which is a steampunk 1880 to 1910 type feel.
What we could do is, since we have the D&D every other week, the week we don't do D&D, we can do this game, whatever we choose. Just saying.
There's
Go ahead.
Star Wars. There's, of course, another Dungeons and Dragons or Marvel. There is Vampire the Masquerade.
Masquerade, paper faces on parade.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles role-playing game.
Oh, we could just do that in Marvel.
If everybody was into it, we could always change the D&D game to every week, but I don't know what everybody's doing.
That's up to Andrew. I've already expressed my opinion on that.
I mean, I can, but you got to talk to the other Elizabeth and the other players.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
5 hours every week?
It's not 5 hours.
It's on a Sunday.
It's 4 hours.
One Sunday.
It's not enough.
It's never enough.
Well, this past Sunday is the first time I feel like we accomplished more than one thing in a game. It's and we didn't. We still essentially had the same amount of stuff, but it felt like more because we went to 3 different locations on one island instead of one location for everything we're doing.
We're starting to get the hang of our characters, I think.
Well, plus also the hang of trying to create content that's worth somebody watching. D&D can be pretty slow paced, and a lot of talk and a lot of player talk and a lot of character talk, which may not always be the funnest thing to watch. So
I don't know. I think that's a lot more fun to watch than dice rolling. And Des says it's a tea party and I brought coffee. Good for you. How mercantile.
You're here.
She brought coffee to a tea party. Cheers to you.
He, Desmond Evers. Des.
Oh, I forgot to make coffee. And I left my cup in there. Oh.
So, and at some point in time, we might talk about tea instead of just drinking it. But you notice at tea party, they don't necessarily talk about tea. Just saying.
No, they just drink tea. I have a croquet set over here.
We're not playing croquet.
Are we going to
in
play?
The house on Skype.
Oh.
No.
The cats would like it.
Croquet.
Yeah.
I have to cut holes in the walls so we can play through.
Play through the cat door.
You have to get under the
Create a
cat.
cat door.
Yeah. You just have to hit it hard.
I have thought about putting a cat door in my office door so I can close it when I'm writing, but the cat still can come in and out.
I'm still gonna be little butt heads and let me in.
Knock on it.
Now I will push my door to and put something in it just wide enough. It's like an air purifier thing. It's about 12 inches tall, and most of the cats just jump over it and come in, except for Giraffe. Giraffe will knock the fucking door open and walk around it. But he's built like a linebacker anyway, so.
Are you watching soccer?
Yes.
I thought she was just cheering on
They
Giraffe.
had
not
the
the ship.
perfect kick, and he just couldn't get it. Because your timing is. He hit it, but he was like that much too late. So bad part of his foot. Come on, Iceland.
See, that's
What's
something
on your
else.
shirt today? What's on your shirt today, Andrea?
Oh, it's animal.
He's motorboating her.
I have 2 shirts on, so it's all right. Just in case Bob comes on, and says, "Hey."
Well, now if we moved the every other Sunday D&D game to every week, would we want to pick a different night of the week to do the other?
We'd have to.
Okay. And would we want to pull from our regular pool of players, or is that one where we're talking about getting like Des and Kennedy in on?
If they would like to get on it. But then we got to find out what'll work for them, because I know they work like during the week, during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I work, it's weekends or Wednesdays. So it will not be a Wednesday.
Okay. Something else.
Well, it could be a Wednesday night.
It would have to be because, during the day.
Well, because I have it so when I work on Wednesdays, it's before the show. Do the show and do that.
Right.
Whatever works. If you want to, keep the D&D game 2 days or 2 weeks a month and do the other game, I'm all cool. We'll have fun with it.
Mm-mm.
Well, if you talk to the other players,
Okay.
let us know. Because I can do it every week.
See,
with the occasion of, hey, I can't show up, but,
Penalty kick. Handball. Penalty kick. This is Iceland's chance.
Eric the Viking. Great movie.
Oh.
I think they should dress in the native costume of their country when they're playing.
I agree.
Yeah.
What does Iceland wear?
I don't know.
Well, I think in professional sports, people should just be naked. Get you into, you can do a little protective covering, but you can enjoy the movement, enjoy the fluidity, the muscularness.
I don't think guys would appreciate the whole naked sports thing.
I don't know.
That might hurt.
They're always in the pool trying to get away with nakedness.
What's in the pool?
Hang on a second. I gotta take care of something.
They scored. Now she's got to take care of something. Oh, she had to blow the horn.
God, I hope that was the horn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Des is not down with naked sports. It wouldn't bother me either way. They could be naked or be dressed.
Just
Their
golf.
ratings would be through the roof.
I don't know. Maybe we'd get over our little prudeness and the unnaturalness of wearing clothes for every damn thing you do. I wouldn't want to see naked ice hockey, though.
I wouldn't want to do naked sports outside because sunburn in places that, lots of sunscreen.
Bugs crawling
Wear a
up in the
top.
sweaty
You
cracks.
don't want sunburn on your balls, man.
I know some people that would.
I'm not into chapped lips. That's
Chapped anything, yeah.
I know. I've seen quite a few nudie beaches just living in Europe, and you never see beautiful models. You know, it's always the.
It's not like the movies, no.
No.
It's people like me.
And if you can't spot the young one, that means you are the young one.
I don't see how people just lay on the beach with no bottoms on because sand in the crack and no.
You lay on a blanket. Come on.
Yeah, but sand blows.
Yeah, but I get in the water. I swim, and once you're in the water, sand gets everywhere. So you just,
I have a nudist story. I belong to a group called the Society for Creative Anachronism. It's a medieval recreation group. And the SCA, if anybody's familiar. Well, my household has about 12 people in it. I'm their illustrious leader. But somebody, my best friend's.
Sorry.
It's the Iceland team when they go for certain things. But so, are you a baron? I'm guessing with only 12, you're a baron.
No. Well, the group in Portland is huge, but my household, just my friends, that we all camp together and stuff like that. No, my goal is to become a baron, and I think the royalty is looking at it like, okay, this is a good joke. We're not going to make him a baron, even if he keeps asking. But anyway, so my buddy, whose parents belong to a social club up in the woods, nudist camp, said, we want to put on a big medieval feast, cook the pig in the pit, the whole bit. And we want you guys dressed up medievals doing sword fighting and all of this. So we all went up there. There's all these naked old people around, and we're all dressed like lords and ladies. One friend of mine does a comedy routine. It's Jaeger. He's kind of a jester guy. Well, it was like, he's like, awesome, I can do my adult stuff, because everybody's naked anyway. So it was a great time. And as the weekend progressed with the feast, we were wearing less and less and less clothes. And the last, I think, day and a half, I was wearing nothing but a surcoat.
Nice.
Good times.
Because you always wear a coat to dinner.
Got to dress for dinner, right?
And I sold beer and wine. Here in Smithfield is Whitetail Park. Where the nudies are. And my boss asked me because he gets requests for them to do wine tastings there, would I do it with him? And I said, absolutely. One thing you have to do is you have to get permission from your wife. I'm not going to go with someone's husband and then, and we never went.
Wow.
I can imagine how that conversation went.
I'm not going to walk down the street in New York naked, but I grew up in Europe, so I don't really have a massive hang up, and I don't get women that are upset. I swim, and so I have a little squeegee towel that you just wipe off, and it dries you immediately. I don't walk around with a huge beach towel. That's an extra 5 pounds I don't want on my back. And I just walk around the locker room, and I know people, that's how you do it. I don't get the hang up over. We are an extremely violent society, and we allow children to watch the most violent, cruel things, and yet we have this hang up about breasts and too deep. And I tell my kids at school, I say, you want to go see naked people, you want to see tatas and hoo-has, go to the museum, go to the sculpture room, you're going to see everything you've ever wanted. They're like, really?
Or Pornhub.com. Either one.
Which one?
Pornhub.com. Either one. Museum or Pornhub.
Pornhub, not a sponsor.
Well,
right.
We go to the museum and take selfies with all the penises.
We do.
Yeah.
If it's an interesting museum, then we enjoy it. If it's kind of boring, then we look for genitals to take selfies with.
Okay, it's just the human body. Really, what's so big about it? I mean, come on. And it is beautiful when someone looks great and
Good idea. Oh,
it's a stall, you know.
Not according to Twitch, though.
True story.
no hoo-ha's on Twitch?
At one point in time, they weren't even allowing male nipples.
Well,
That's why Kevin has pasties.
They have reworded it now where they are not explicitly. It says no nudity or genitals in a sexual manner, which leaves it wide open to interpretation that, they could let it slide, but if you're a jerk or they just don't like you or somebody complains loud enough, they can go, nope, you're done.
Have you seen the bathing suit tops that look like boobs?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
we need that for the bikini episode.
Have you guys ever seen puppetry of the penis?
I know of it. I've never been.
Oh, okay.
I put Google eyes on mine to make it talk to people.
Yeah, I've seen his puppetry.
But it's the same with the hate speech stuff. If somebody was watching our show and wanted to scream loud enough, they're going to find pretty much something every damn episode. Whether it's we're making fun of our own ethnic background of Irish, Polish, German, or whatever we have spread amongst us, or heaven forbid Ed is on one day where they're like, he's a hater against black people. Well, he is black. But,
yeah,
he is not African American, he'll tell you.
No, he's not. We've had that discussion multiple times.
When someone tells me that I am not allowed to show, or just general, you as a participant are not allowed to show nipples in a sexual manner, my mind immediately races to, how am I going to get this accomplished? How can I
Give Pickle Man some? I don't know. They sell them. They do. Because there's this thing, and it's on Wish. If you go on Wish, it's just little nipples that looks like you're cold. There's short ones and there's long ones.
Everyone looks at you. Boobs don't need help getting attention. It's
just a thing that I don't know. It's a
you can wear it and go, hey, my eyes are up here.
Just wear it. Put one here. You can move the nipples around. They didn't say where to wear them.
Once again.
Oh, this isn't a shirt. This is like little rubber nipples.
Yeah, nipples.
Awesome.
Put them on your cheeks.
Put it on your cheeks. Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Right in the middle. Yeah.
That's why I love underwater hockey. Everyone's in wet Speedos. There are no secrets. And then you get to rub up against each other. It's fabulous.
Now we know why you play.
That's why everyone plays, darling. And we all go, yep.
It's just like closed sessions of Congress. Oh, my God.
Underwater.
I'm just rubbing on.
Everybody's in Speedos rubbing against each other.
Oh, you're like flat against the bottom of the pool on the bottom of a pile, and then you realize that someone's six-pack is just slamming against your face. I can't breathe, but what a way to die.
Be more worried about their two-pack. Yeah.
I'm, you grab things accidentally. I can just let off.
Oh, by the way, going back to finish a thought about the potential third game, we also want to make sure whatever system we play, the rules are easily accessible to everybody, even if that just means a download using an older version. Because sometimes when they update a version, you don't need an update. 2.0 was fine. You don't need the next version after that they did just to sell more damn books, where they changed. For example, when they did Vampire the Masquerade and went to 2nd edition, all they did is include the errata in it. They didn't actually make any changes. They just put like 8 paragraphs into the book that were missing.
And they sold a new one.
Yeah, absolutely. Slap a new cover on that baby. Boom! Somebody's buying another book. I don't like it when I get notification that says somebody has posted and they hadn't posted in a while. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, what do we care?
I don't need to know this. Where's the turnoff for that kind of notification? Because you just gave me a notification that if I wanted to see it, I would have gone to the app, opened it up, and started scrolling through shit to look for it. Bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Is that an Instagram notification?
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and I don't care about stories. I don't get stories. In Facebook, Instagram, they're like, okay, so you have a post, or you could post a video, but wait, now we have stories, which are like a mini video, and it puts it in a different place that I don't give a fuck. Yes, Des, I agree. It is so dumb. I'm like, why do we need this yet another way to do the same thing and put it somewhere else? And
who knows?
Frankly, Des, if I want to know about you, I will like call you or text you. Go, dude, how you doing? If I've told my friends this,
People don't do that.
I know. I'm a crazy guy.
That was getting hot.
Well, when people are like, oh, did you know this happened? I'm like, no. When did that happen? Oh, like 3 months ago. I put it on Facebook, and I'm like, no, and fuck you. If I'm your friend, you will call me and tell me you had a major life change, because I'm not trolling Facebook that many hours a day. And once you have more than 30 friends, shit gets lost.
And then and then they always send me Facebook notifications of people I barely know. We're just in the same networking group, or I don't give a shit about these people.
You can unfollow anybody without unfriending them.
Right.
I do that, and then I'm wasting time. I click, and next thing you know, an hour's gone by. I'm like, why can't I just, I don't want an algorithm choosing who, I should say I want to follow these people, and that's it.
And even when you put them, I want to see them first, which I do that with certain people, like my friends that post pun memes all the time. They're first. Or Atlas Obscura and IFL Science. I keep them at the top because I'm interested in most of their content. Yes, Andre?
I just want everyone to stay informed. I'm putting in the chat where to go buy nipples.
Nice. Thank you. I will be sure to spread the word.
Spread the nipple. There is a 1 week to 3 week month period depending on the friend of when I will get a text or a phone call if they haven't heard from me. See, and I've done that with other regular viewers of the show who I'm not necessarily on a pick up the phone and call them basis, but I've had some where they don't appear for a little bit, and I just drop them a quick message going, hey,
you still alive?
Yeah, everything okay? And they're like, oh, I've just been too busy with the show. I'm like, cool, no problem. You don't have to come watch the show. Just, we used to see you every week, and now we haven't seen you in a month or two.
Oh, yeah, like when I worked at the pharmacy, when some of the elderly customers didn't come in for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would be sent to the house to check and bring lunch and all that stuff.
That's nice. That's really nice.
It's how it should be. It's, I don't know, it's that base instinct of community that, what's the matter? Oh, did your team not win?
Croatia scored a goal.
We hate them.
See,
I don't hate them. I just was cheering for them team.
When I hear the word Croatia, I always think of that thing from, Roanoke that they wrote on the tree. Croatan?
I know.
Oh.
This is why I'm like,
I cheered for Croatia the other day, just not today.
So Elizabeth, I need to send you a little USB fan for your laptop.
Cool.
But you do look very feminine with your tiara and your
what are you trying to say?
You look kind of steampunk, especially with that chair and everything.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah. It's,
just for the. I couldn't do the same setup as yesterday.
That'd be crazy talk. Daniel, if you want to send her other stuff, just scroll down below the video on Twitch, and there's a wish list for Elizabeth, so you can send her all kinds of stuff.
Awesome.
That goes for everyone else too. Click on it and send her stuff. Like fans and air conditions.
Chocolate.
Don't mail anybody chocolate in the summer.
Kevin did that.
He did.
I've been trying to figure out how to send a bottle of whiskey to you, Travis, and you can't.
Yes, you can. It's bad to get caught.
But I looked it up online, and they're saying do not send it through the post office because that's a crime. If you send it UPS or FedEx, it's against company policy. They won't do anything. They'll confiscate it, throw it away, or probably
find
drink
out it happens. Here's the deal.
Exactly.
I have received alcohol in the mail from multiple companies.
Big bottles.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of, you just want to make sure you pack it right where it can get jostled and jarred. And that
I believe companies fall under a different law because we can ship wine. You have to be a wholesaler. I personally have sent booze, and it got there just fine.
I would not.
Now, it wasn't like a case of booze; it was a bottle of Patty's whiskey to a friend.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend sending like beer, where it's carbonated.
No.
Especially.
Because it'll get jostled.
Well, yes, but in the summer when it's
you gotta really wrap it, and I wrapped it with like paper, so it was crinkly, and so when I shook the heck out of the box, nothing moved.
One company that sent it to us had it wrapped in very tight cardboard, and then they put pretty much, like a few things of newspaper, so it's about that thick of flat newspaper.
But it was great newspapers too.
It was.
That's funny.
And we have a couple minutes before our refill break. Do we all need a refill break?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I need to.
Okay, probably. So we got a couple minutes.
Been drinking too much tea.
I found my cards I couldn't find, and now I can't find the ones I just made.
They're with your coffee.
I just had them.
I'm not sure about the green lipstick.
It's not green right now. I put another color on it. You don't like it?
It could be Skype, but I'll look at it when we see each other in the kitchen when we go get a refill here in a moment. But it looks almost unhealthy pallor there.
Yeah.
But in person, it might be a totally different look. Sometimes it's just amazing. And then computer graphics. You're all CG right now.
Who? Me?
Everybody.
Your lips could disappear. Green.
Do they look green to you too, Elizabeth?
When she gets closer, they do. Yeah, they look a little gray. It's just because she has yellow lighting thrown on them.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, my lighting in here sucks. I can't believe I lost those cards.
You'll find them when you don't want them, so stop wanting them.
Victoria, I want her to leave little green trails all up and down me. Victoria says, you want the lips on you, Travis. Absolutely. So
just not with the green on.
If I come back with no lipstick and there's like streaks going across my face, she grabbed my head and went,
You just have to plant a big kiss right on his cheek so it stays there.
I do that sometimes.
Next to his rubber nipple.
Right on his rubber nipple.
It's better than the black eye or fat lip. The crows are out eating my black eye. I got a black eye on my face. Did I get him?
A black eye on my face.
Is it? I can't believe I lost those.
You'll find them.
It's all right. It's all.
It's like a pickle kiss, or it's like kissing my pickle.
Yeah.
They will be in the last place that you look.
Yep. All of our lips will be green and blue eventually.
That's true. That's true for at least a couple days. Yeah. The crows are outside.
It will all be size 0.
The crows are eating his nuts. That's weird. My headphones. Is it break time? I need coffee.
We'll call it break time. Hold on while I go whip this out.
Yep.
Yeah,
everybody mute yourselves. There we go. Stop with the noise. And we're back. Okay. What'd you get, Elizabeth? You got more tea and cream? What? What?
You're muted.
What?
You get a prize today.
I got more water. And my vice for the day, raisins.
I love the yogurt-covered raisins.
Mm.
I don't get them very often because I still want to enjoy them. And you know how when you get something you love too often, you're like, I don't really want it.
No.
I like chocolate-covered raisins.
So, do we want to figure out a game here, and who's going to play? Who wants to play another game?
I'm always up for it. Hey, Des, you still around? You want to play a game?
Would you like to play a game?
Oh, yay! And we don't know. We're discussing that. We just want to know if we should include you in the discussion. It's I got to go respond to Ed. Ed just sent a message.
Yeah.
That sounds like
To
it's
the whole
worth
group?
interrupting the whole show for. Yeah, to the group.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah. I'll cover for him if he needs someone.
He's got good news.
What are you covering for? What did Ed do? Don't bring him on camera naked. We'll get banned.
It'd be a hell of a show, though.
Haha.
I don't think he's going to make it. He says he's got a job interview.
Oh. Because we have William Kircher tomorrow.
We do. One of the awesome stars from that movie, A Hobbit. Maybe.
That movie with lots of walking.
It wasn't as bad.
The movie about walking. Yeah. Now, which character did he play?
Biffer, as
Biffer.
well as Tom the
Biffer.
Troll.
Tom the Troll.
Oh, we're going blue now, huh?
Remember the encounter
Maybe.
with the trolls that turned to stone at sunrise?
Right.
One was
Those
named
trolls.
Tom. Yeah, they were.
Is he the one that picked his nose?
Could be the one that had a boogie.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
No naked Ed.
He
I bet he had a ball.
blew his nose and out came a hobbit. Yeah.
Well,
I hate when
You
that
know-
happens.
even with him not being in the movie, he's awesome. He was really nice, and this is going to be fun.
It is. It is. Hold on.
Looking forward to watching that.
I did invite Ed on, but he says no, he's got to go cook supper. So that's time for an animated GIF.
Hey, Dan.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember CalArts, kind of the way it looked?
Yeah.
They've removed all of the trees
Oh,
around the
idiots.
school. Yeah.
Is there a reason? I mean, are they
Probably
expanding their
security.
buildings? Or?
Probably
Oh, yeah.
Because people are booger heads.
I don't know if they've done it or not. It could be just a rumor. Let's see. I hope not.
Coffee's
My
ready.
daughter's thinking about going down there.
I hope you have a lot of money.
She has a college fund that a cousin of ours set up for her, and yeah,
Oh.
it's got probably enough for the first year.
Yeah, it's when I went, it was 20 grand a year. Now it's I think 40.
Holy God.
That's ridiculous.
It is. It is.
That's yeah.
It is.
Well, people keep going, so.
She's one of these people that's like she's really gifted as an artist. And she's like, oh, I want to do an art career. Oh, wait, I like animals. Maybe I'll go to veterinary. And she just doesn't know where she wants to land.
Go be a vet.
Go be a vet.
You make
Yeah.
more money. Yeah.
Probably, and then an artist. Yeah, exactly. Well, I want her to. I keep trying to talk to her into illustrating a D&D book that I want to write, and like a resource book, not a fantasy novel or anything. But can't get her to do it. It's like I'll pay you this much per picture, because she's always asking, for things to earn some money so she can go out with her friends. It's like, here you go.
Yeah, but you're her dad. It's instinct. Of course she doesn't want to work with you.
Of course.
Sorry, she wants to leave the nest. So,
No, I mean, I understand. I understand the thing, but it's like, you just have to draw pictures and I'll hand you cash,
Wow. I'm not a very good drawer. I'm working on it, though.
I'm not either.
That's right. I suck at color.
Yeah.
We all have our strengths.
So, Elizabeth, what kind of jobs are you looking for? Anything that somebody will pay you, or
Full time?
Full time?
Yeah. I need to pay bills. I got a big rent due. I'm trying to get this writing career going, and I've got the interest now, and I've got people taking me seriously and looking at me, and I haven't gotten to take it that next step yet. So I'm being patient, doing my work, making my spreadsheets. But my rent just bumped up $400 a month. So
it went up 400. Holy crap!
So I now have a 2-bedroom apartment I can't afford, which is standard New York affair, right? So, I'm getting out there and trying. I'm doing anything any writer position, and a lot of times writer, editor, producer gets lumped into that. Not really a producer in that I would need to intern if you wanted to have me work at post-production with Nickelodeon or something like that. I don't quite understand the legality of that. But you want me to make a video, you want me to write a video, make the video, make it in-house, give it to the next people. I can absolutely do that. Or you want me to write copy or check things, I can absolutely do that. That's what I'm looking for. And teaching assistant jobs.
Do you think that with the rise of like Netflix and Amazon, they're doing all of their funding smaller projects, do you think there's a lot more opportunity out there rather than going to like Nickelodeon, like you mentioned, or one of these big companies that are probably pretty locked up?
I hear both sides of it. I hear, for writers, there's a gluttony of deliverables now, that there's so much to choose from that they're running out of space. But then I hear the other end of they've never needed more writers than ever. So I'm not sure which one to believe. I think what's happening is things are changing right now. And I think film is suffering. And I think writers need to be able to change into both spectrum. Someone just posted in my group on Netflix, when you approached them, originally you needed the pilot and your pitch and kind of the Bible ready to go. And now they want 3 full scripts, like the first 3 episodes when you do your pitch. So that's a lot of work.
That's a lot. That's a lot to put out there for a chance to hear no. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's extraordinary because there's so much that's awful out there. That awful doesn't have anything to do with marketability. So. Who knows?
Travis, I'll be getting your book on Friday.
Which one did you go with? Was it Harbinger?
Yeah, the one you suggested. Yeah, I bought the physical book rather than the Kindle.
Very good. Thank you.
Then if I come out to visit you guys, you're going to have to autograph it for me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Or anything else you want.
Nipples.
I was going to say the nipples he has.
As long as they're his.
Autographed nipples.
He can't just point to random people going, autograph their nipple. Now theirs.
You can autograph my butt and I'll get it tattooed.
No, yeah.
We have a tattoo guy.
I would never do that.
Autograph your butt or tattoo it?
You don't have to be
tattoo
conscious.
Somebody, yeah. I have to be conscious.
Yeah. We could do it while you're sleeping and you'll never even know what happened. You'd be like, my ass is sore and different from last time. I don't know what happened. The outside hurts this time.
It says Travis was here. Yeah.
And then it has
Or best-
everybody's
best-
autograph below it.
Best
Talk at the
wishes.
tavern.
Yeah.
He got toasted.
That's
First
what we
one
can
to
do.
sign
Like-
your crack.
Like the Hobbit all got tattoos, like elven tattoos on their ankles. We could all get Talk of the Tavern logos tattooed somewhere.
Mine's
Where?
due to go here.
Well, we could right here.
Well, I have a
Put on
whole
it.
piece going up the
I
side.
am not. My lovely breast is not getting a tattoo on it.
No.
Well, he's got a design. It goes from his leg up and around, and
Cool.
So, and it's elements of my life, such as it will have Cookie Monster, and it'll be near the roots of the tree that this thing is, and it'll be inside the tree. And then there's a Dungeons and Dragons symbol and a Rebel Empire Yin Yang symbol, because these are all formative building blocks of my life and personality. So, yeah, the Talk of
Cool.
the Tavern symbol will go in there because it's
Yeah.
definitely been a building block of my life.
Why is it every time Elizabeth puts that in front of her face, I want to hear the song from Aristocats? We are Chinese.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, that's
Siamese.
Aristocats doesn't get played anymore because of that racially insensitive.
That's Lady in the Tramp. We are
Or that's right. That's right.
Oh, that's right.
It's Lady in the Tramp.
That's Peggy Lee.
Hey,
Wrote all
John.
the songs.
Hey, John.
Didn't get credit for it for the longest time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now they're talking about should it be played.
So did we decide on a game?
Nope. Topic got
Oh,
swept aside as the conversation moved forward.
we need a new coffee pot.
So what are the options? What are the strong options for game?
Here, let me pull out notes so I can write this stuff down. So if we have to repeat it, we at least. Okay. So potential possibilities. I would like to avoid doing another Marvel campaign. Everybody agree with
We
that?
already have one.
Right.
Yep.
I think Star Wars and buying rule books for other people coming in might be a bit difficult. Okay.
How about something we don't already have a game of?
What? A brand new game? Oh.
Something we don't already have a game of.
Okay.
Neanderthal, the role-playing game.
So what
No, I meant not Star Wars, not D&D,
so
and not
Vampire
Marvel, because we
Tefra is
already
what we're
have.
looking at. Or Toon. We could just play Toon.
Not familiar.
Doesn't take anything. I don't get it. So Victoria says, what we do for art, referring to tattoos. And then she says, speaking of rings, it was so hot here last week that a creature came by and threw a ring into my backyard. Oh, yes. The Lord of the Rings reference. Yes. Gotcha. Well, that's what
So
you get for sunbathing in the nude.
This is that a yay or a nay for Tune?
There's my ring.
Is it in your backyard? I only got one ring in my brown backyard. It's a brown ring.
You,
It's a fire pit. Right back there next to all the wood.
I just gotta stop.
And John says, verbal Rochambeau? Is that a game? I don't know what that means. Anybody know? Verbal Rochambeau?
no, I don't know.
Rochambeau? I don't know. And Toey,
Let me
I
use
figured that
it.
out, but we never actually said hello to you. But hi,
To who?
Toey.
Hi, Terry. I was trying to get coffee, and I realized the coffee pot is all the coffee grounds were dry, except for the little spot. So I had to redo it.
Thank you, Dan.
Stupid coffee pot.
So
I didn't have that problem. Maybe you're just not putting the gooseneck all the way around.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, obviously, otherwise you'd have coffee that worked.
Apparently, whatever.
Oh.
Ooh. Toey's
I'm not-
cleaning her desk. Toey, by the way, I've realized inadvertently and indirectly, you're a bit of my idol. Because you have written for Grim tooth traps, and tunnels and trolls, two of the things that I definitely enjoyed here and there in my childhood or my teens. And, which, by the way, if any of those guys want to come on the show with you, I wouldn't say you couldn't come on with them. Let me know. I don't know if you actually talk to them or you're just in the same book, but yeah, let me know. Oh, okay, there. Are
John
you
says
yeah?
it's not.
John says
It's not made yet, but you can make one. I don't get it.
I don't know what we're making, John. What's verbal Rambo mean? Rosh Hashanah
I'm gonna
Rambo.
go get my coffee.
Okay. We don't know what that means. But anyhow, what we're looking at here, and by the way, Des, I would not do Tune on a regular basis. If we had a point in time where we had a 5-player game and 2 of them can't make it for the next game and it's a climactic point that you want the whole group there, then I would say Tune is a good substitute for this day. That's it. A regular Tune game would just be, it'd be like eating straight sugar for every week, and it's just too much for me. Yeah, absolutely, Toby. We'd love to have you and them on, especially if you already know how to interact with them, and then we can follow your lead instead of me being me and them going, what the hell did I get into? Yeah, what we have on the table, since we already have a Marvel game, a Dungeons & Dragons, and a Star Wars game, is a potential of what I own is Vampire and Tephra. So Tephra is a small game by a small independent company. And then Vampire would be naturally a darker, more serious tone and game. Oh, hold on, Okay, Andrea, we're discussing Vampire versus Tephra since we already have the other 3 systems going in game.
So who's going to play? And do they have any of the stuff? That should be the deciding.
That's a good point.
No, they don't, but I don't want to say it on air, but it might be possible for them to get some of this stuff.
If I'm playing, if you guys end up doing it opposite the D&D games on Sunday, I mean, I have great gaming stores that have all kinds of retro stuff. I have the Vampire books, but it's version 1.
That's okay. I have version 1 or 2, and as I said, those are so similar. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I have those. I don't have the other game that you mentioned, but I'll go get it.
Yeah, it hasn't been out that long.
5-6 years. But it's...
Has it been that long?
Yeah, you'd pick it up on Amazon easy enough. You're not going to find it. It's small.
Yeah.
But also I worry about, I assume everybody is on a budget like mine, which means don't spend money you don't have to. So I look for the other ways to do it. But also I know the guys who made Tephra, and it's a good possibility. I can go, we're going to play your game online every week. Do you have a spare copy for this one player? Because the rest of us have books or whatever.
Yeah. But I have no problem picking up books. It's not a problem with us for budget.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, the way I got this Tephra book, this is a demo copy, and Charlie was so awesome. He gave it to me, and then I bought other books to go with it. But that's how I got started.
This is the steampunk-based game?
Correct.
Yeah, this is Tephra.
Cool.
I have no vampire stuff, but Travis does, so I'll use his.
That's right.
We're in the same house.
Yeah. It's so what I would say is Vampire is going to be darker and more serious and more role-playing oriented, whereas Tephra will be, I guess, more adventure.
It could go either way.
Yeah. And
So do I have to be serious?
No. Well, I expect with our group, there's going to be humor in every game, no matter what.
Well, good, because that's going to happen with me. Just so you know.
I think that's just our personalities, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Des, what I'd probably do, since you're not too far from Gloucester, is I'd say just get in touch with John and work it out with him. But there is a link if you just go on Amazon and search for it. It's right there. And Des says he has the World of Darkness stuff, which is Vampire from 2000s, which is, it's probably, would that be the 3rd edition?
Isn't that all compatible, though, for the most part?
It is. And we'd start out with Vampire because they did not make the 5 systems under White Wolf to be compatible with each other. The characters are at different levels of power. So if you have a werewolf and a vampire...
See,
Mm-hmm.
I've never played it.
Okay.
So you'd have to... I've heard of it, but I've never played.
I love the game system. It's one of my favorite mechanics when it comes to a game.
I went to one of the anime conventions, and in the game room, they had like probably 30 people playing it. I sat in and listened to some of it, but I've never played.
I think it's going to come down to what genre of game we want to play. I hate to admit it in this group, I'm not a huge steampunk person. I don't know that much about it. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem with it. So as long as it's very different from what we're already playing,
it is.
It'd be fun.
I tell you about steampunk is imagine either Old West or Gothic horror with an adventure sheen. And then, you have the tech stuff.
Think of all the technology as kind of steam powered instead of electrical powered.
Right. I mean, I know I've played computer games that were steampunk, and I mean, I know what the genre is, but I'm not that familiar with it as far as role playing.
My Tefra character is 2 foot tall with a 3-foot gun.
Awesome.
So.
But I guess, what are we going to have the most fun? I don't even mind doing another Dungeons and Dragons game, which, by the way, I would vote that we try to get Daniels to every week.
I'm good with that.
Foremost. But we have to check with Elizabeth, not this one, but the other one. And the other thing I would request is we set it up, if Elizabeth wants to play, we work around her schedule. This Elizabeth. Our pickle
lady.
Yeah, I want to get her involved.
I would be happy to change days if she would play, because I love playing with Elizabeth. All innuendos aside, she's a blast to roleplay with, and I enjoy that, and I missed it.
Oh,
I did. Here.
Well, talk to the people in our other group, find out, and if they're okay with it, we can do every week.
Well, I know Elizabeth, the other Elizabeth that plays D&D with us, can only play on weekends.
Yeah.
Because of her work schedule.
So it'd be the same day, just if we want to do it every week.
There you go. Hey, there's Kennedy.
We were talking about you, Kennedy.
I wonder where you are, because you and Des showed interest in gaming with us, so I kind of wanted to...
Oh, so we should ask, hey, Des, hey, Kennedy, weekends the best time for gaming, or give us kind of a...
And if it's a weekday, it would probably be in the evening, after 7 p.m., I would guess.
Yeah, usually 8 to 10, except Mondays.
Now, what about you, Elizabeth? Let's talk about you.
Yes.
I have no idea what's going on right now. I can't really commit to anything.
Would you like to play a game? Oh, you mean with your schedule?
Of course I would, but I just,
He doesn't know.
So are you?
I don't know if I'm going to Virginia. I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. Okay. And I don't really want to talk about family issues while I'm on the air.
I understand completely. I wanted to make sure that you know we're gonna work and get you in if you want in. That's that.
In a month, I could not be in New York, so I don't know.
Well, let me ask you. And you can tell me, we'll talk about it later, but I'm curious, are you willing to take like any work, or like retail or restaurants even? Or are you looking specifically?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I just, I mean, if nothing happens, I think I can make it to the end of summer. I took a bunch of extra gigs at work. I think I can make it through. You know, the teaching won't start till beginning of October. That's a long way to go. Yeah, it's a long way, and I'm not having any luck getting anything. So right now,
What about the sex store? I'm kidding. We'll talk about it later.
I don't speak Spanish. I can't get any job in my neighborhood because I don't speak Spanish.
You need a translator?
Bienvenidos a America.
An SLJ translator.
So, I'm just every day plugging away, and There you go.
Well, Des
I
says
don't
he
want
can
to
do
say, yeah,
evenings.
I don't want to commit to
Understand?
Elizabeth, if you want to sit in the D&D game without long-term commitments, you just let us know.
Because originally I told Dan, yeah, I do it, and then I meant it, and
And then you stuck me with these guys.
and then everything hit the fan,
Totally.
and it's drastically hitting the fan this week. So, just
But you're always welcome.
thank you.
Even if it's a one shot,
No.
we can make a character that just shows up out of the blue someday.
So the 2-hour commitment is a little easier to handle. 5 hours, even 4 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's all.
I get it.
Well, let's see.
We have a lot of comments. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they keep going, and I can't read them. Basically, let's see. Countess says, not really a gamer, but I'm attracted to Assassin's Creed because of the historical element. Cool.
Agreed.
And it keeps going. The print's so small, I can't see anything.
Okay, Kennedy.
But basically,
we're keeping him cheery, and he's game Tuesday evening, he says. And Des says he can do evenings or weekends. And Countess is sympathizing with you there, Elizabeth. Empathizing. Changing jobs right now. Feel your pain. Retail jobs slashed hours in half. Literally went to a cattle call to sell insurance last night. In the trenches with you. If I had a better body, I'd be stripping. LOL. I don't know what you might consider webcam.
Hey,
all you need is a body.
Or not, but you'd be surprised.
everybody likes different. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And Kennedy says weekends might be possible. Okay, so there are potential here. Let's do this first. Okay, so Sunday and playing every Sunday instead of every other Sunday. That
D&D
goes on Elizabeth, the other Elizabeth.
I sent her a message. She has not responded.
She generally does not respond.
During the week, she works a lot. So
Yeah.
Like 12-hour shifts, 15 days a week.
I mean, we can do Tuesday for 8 to 10 if needed. So
with the 8 to 10, we're going to have to set up a certain type of game, that's for sure. Because a short game is very different from a long game. Especially a long continuous game. You want a longer gaming session. Whereas Marvel is beautiful for 2-hour sessions because it is like a single comic book, essentially.
I don't mind playing longer games, but sitting in this chair on the computer, it just for hours and hours. I don't want to do that because I'm already doing that every day.
Also, like I said, I went to a job interview this morning, and the hours will either be 2:30 in the morning till 6 a.m., or they'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 2 in the afternoon to midnight. So I kind of need to wait on that myself. It sounds like we're in a holding pattern. And once everybody gets... Yeah, it does. Sounds like there's a lot of holding. And that might be one of those things, I'm sorry to say, but I may have to step out of the D&D game because, paying the bills and all that. It's going to come before recreation. And
of course.
Twitch at this point in time because...
Got to pay the rent.
Yeah.
The mortgage, whatever you're paying. And, we can move it around. That's fine. I don't think I could add another day of the week.
Okay.
I've got a new season on my podcast. It's going to take a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to be doing some traveling. So.
Well, we've got Saturday and Sunday right now. Then let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So, because then Friday is free for
life
from everything. Yeah.
Day off.
And usually I can work Friday because nobody wants to work Fridays, especially paydays. I'll work.
Des, Kennedy, what I will do is when we get to a point where we have hit a pattern, I will just go create a Facebook private message group between all of us that are interested, We'll figure out who's playing and when. Anybody who can't could just bail from the message group, and then we'll move forward from there. So this is something in the works, but
Yes.
a handful of
And
things
what
have to
we'll
fall into
do
place first.
is before we even stream, we will get on and make characters.
Mm-hmm.
That will not be on air. So
No, because that will be a lot of heads down and mumbling and questions, which we can do on air, but it's not going to be interesting. Kennedy, doesn't matter if you haven't played in decades, buddy, as long as you got personality.
God, let's hope so.
Last Saturday when we played Marvel, Elizabeth had never played it, and it's one of those systems, it was easy enough to just roll with it, no pun intended.
Was hilarious.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Andrea's decided that because you're so big and cumbersome, your character, not you, Elizabeth, that you just need to accidentally break things every time you try to do anything that's not combat. And when you're combat, you're doing it.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just,
No
you know,
problem.
like you reach over to help the guy and you're like patting his wound and just scraping skin off accidentally and stuff like that.
That big, or would it be like, you know, I go to open a door and I crush the
And you
handle?
pull the door off.
Both.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
not where you would actually
Well,
injure
if you roll a
somebody.
1,
Yeah, if I will, yeah, because I wouldn't be completely uncoordinated
No.
because I have a good dexterity.
You do. You
no,
just
but
don't
if you
know your
roll
own
a
strength.
1, oh, oops.
Knock your head off.
Do it for comedic effect only. That's all.
It won't be hurting anyone, but
Yeah. We're not looking.
I'm gonna hide behind Andrea's character, I think.
you rip off the Band-Aid and they get a waxing.
Yeah.
See, with the superhero thing, I'm very excited and I'm going to keep mentioning power stunts. Like Daniel, I think a great power stunt for you would eventually be able
Pickle
to
smash.
phase, to, you know, turn yourself incorporeal, like an actual shadow, even though you're not doing anything. That would allow bullets to go through you, etc., etc. Elizabeth, you've got a bunch of stuff that you could modify your powers to do without ever getting a brand new power.
Finger.
You
Big
have
foam-
big foam finger.
Big foam figure. Yeah.
Yeah, you have that already.
I know, I got my yell.
The big thing I have to figure out about your character, Elizabeth, is anything you pull out of your bag, either A, when you pull something else, that first item will disappear. So, for example, the bat that you stuck into the windshield of the car, you know, it disappears if you pulled out something else. And by the way, to make things easier for...
Or maybe it only lasts for so long.
Well,
you know?
unless you're touching it,
Does
yeah.
it reappear in the bag?
Probably.
The bag generally feels pretty light and empty, so it doesn't actually have a whole baseball bat in there. And I'm going to have
It's straight.
dry erase board right here, and I'm going to start drawing things out. So when we're all talking about what we're doing, etc., it's a little more. See, the reason I had you
Right.
throw the street light as a spear instead of sideways is because the car was between the two guys, so you couldn't have hit them both without hitting the car.
Well, that would make sense.
But you obviously didn't
And
understand
I was
that.
thinking
Yeah.
it's a javelin, and I'm an athlete, so I would
Right,
throw
that's what
it
I was
like a
thinking too,
javelin.
yeah. Instead of throwing it sideways, you threw it straight.
See, I was thinking it was sideways and you would take them all out.
That's why I was thinking like that, but then I
Right.
didn't say that.
But, you know, we didn't know how they were.
But we'll
So
work
it's all
it out.
good.
And
We
the
got
more
it,
we
we
play,
got it.
yeah, we'll get it. It's
We'll get more descriptive of what we're doing.
And we were watching Flash last night, and there's someone that controls gravity.
Oh,
I'm like, Andrea, what
It
this
was so
character?
cool. I'm like,
what are
I
the
wanna
things
do
we
that.
Do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so yeah, it'll all work out. It's and there's some things that you might not even have to spend the karma and do a power stunt for. If it is, you already do something very similar to that, but you want to change it a little, such as Andrea moving things sideways instead of spending the karma. Maybe I just make her make a couple. She has to get a red roll the first time she attempts it. You know, that kind of thing. It's just more finesse than a new. So yeah, it's very exciting, and yeah, I do want to make an NPC. What, Elizabeth?
nothing.
Look at us geek out over gaming. God, I love gaming.
It's when I we met Katha. You met Dolly Katha.
Mhm.
Katha is pretty famous in improv, and she's picked it up again. And I watched the show, and they asked me what I thought, and I said, "Oh, it's visual writing,
Yeah.
acting out
Yeah.
instantly."
Yeah.
And that's what gaming is. You're just writing.
That's actually how I've described gaming. I'm like, imagine getting together with a group of friends to write a story, but
Yeah.
everybody can only tell you what one person in the story is doing, except the person who is the actual author of it, and then they create the environment and everything around you. And you're like, oh, well, okay, that makes more sense than you're sitting at a table rolling dice and acting out. No.
Oh, it's infinitely more interesting than anything you'll ever watch on TV.
I'm really looking forward to watching my D&D group, you guys, develop your characters more, and to okay, here's my motivation. This is what I like to do, and really bringing it out and letting you guys run the story. I'll do the setting, but always the first couple games, the DM has to steer them a little bit. Oh, yeah. And kind of push them in a direction. It's like if they grab the story, great. If not, they better make their own. Yeah, it's more fun.
Don't tell me you're sitting in the room doing nothing, because that's exactly what can happen. But I also, when I drop a storyline, if the players don't want it, well, then don't do it. Walk away. Yeah. Just like real life. You're not obligated.
Right. But it makes it, if everything is random, it's like, oh, the players are going to go off on this tangent. It makes it hard for the DM to prepare. But if he can see what you guys are trying to accomplish, it's easy to put things right in front of the players.
It's Aiden was he likes to ask me how long I prepared each game for after the game. And the most recent Star Wars game we played, all I knew is where they were going. I had no idea what else was going to happen. But I didn't need it. And like the Marvel game, I only had time to prepare Elizabeth's character. So the rest of it was strictly, what would make these three react.
But that is what differentiates a decent game master to an excellent game master, is to be able to improv that stuff without destroying your game, and be able to react to it. Oh, they go left instead of right. You have to be able to roll with those.
Wynn says, or if you're in a bad game with a bad GM and nothing positive is happening, my character will find an excuse to turn on the party and kill them all. Consider yourself warned.
Literally, if you're stuck in a game that you're not having fun with, walk away. Yeah. Or, better yet, because I always tell my players, if you're not having fun, if you don't like how the game is going, you talk to me, and we'll fix it, because we're a team. You're not living out my story. I don't want you to live out my story. I already know that story. So I want to watch you guys create your story. That's what's fun for the game master.
I had a Marvel game I was playing, and I was a player. And the game master was one of those ones that are going to force you into their storyline no matter what. So what I did is, after the first couple games with one character, he went, okay, let's make up new characters. And at that point in time, I made up a character with like the crappiest power I can come up with. And it was all personality. He was a water guy, so essentially he could turn to water. So I had him like traveling through, toilets. He'd like flush himself to get places. And he had no really powerful stuff. He like throw water at people. But I kept myself amused with personality and didn't worry about being effective, because obviously he's going to do what he wants to do. So I might as well have fun, because I enjoyed the group. And hopefully players don't ever have to do that in my games. But
I like to say that, and it always gets back to teaching. Are you part of the problem? Are you part of the solution? What are you adding to the game? And, are you making it enjoyable for everyone? Oftentimes you'll notice when I'm playing, I'll interject occasionally, but I'm busy drawing.
Right.
But people tend to like that. So if I need to interact more, sometimes some people will say, hey, we need help. Okay. Are you trying to take the lead? What are you adding?
Elizabeth, do you remember?
Real quick, sorry, let me interrupt.
Bye, Countess.
Have a good one. We'll catch you soon, and be careful in the storm. Okay, go on, Dan.
No, I was saying, do you remember the drawing that you did when all the party is like standing in front of this door? The thief cannot find a trap. there's a big eye on the door. You guys are like, yeah, it's trapped. And there was almost the entire game session standing in front of this door. So Elizabeth has this huge drawing of a door, and it was pretty cool.
I do not remember that drawing.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I may have it. I probably have it. I've kept almost. I must have almost 100 sketchbooks. I've been I have so many. I have to just tear out the stuff I like, and the rest just throw away.
Mm-hmm.
I generally keep the D&D ones because I remember.
I remember. Yeah. I remember sitting around looking at those books, those illustrations, and Elizabeth was kind of our note taker, but she would illustrate everything. That was awesome.
Toby says the two best games I ever played in is one where the actor Bruce Campbell was also participating, playing his character Briscoe County Jr.
Oh, fab.
The other was a game where you had to be a superhero with the most useless, ridiculous power you could come up with. Absolutely, those sound awesome. Yeah. I had a buddy that once played at a convention with Gary Gygax, and he said it was a great game because the guy knew what he was doing. Obviously, he made the system, but they hit like 7 o'clock that night, and Gary said, we can go on and play till 11 o'clock or late, middle of the night, whatever, or we can cut it off early and get up early and start again. And they all went to bed. When they came in the room the next day, Gary had, first of all, like pastries and orange juice and everything, but he had also built the whole, like, couple of rooms that they were in the dungeon out of Legos, nice. And it was waiting for them.
That's fabulous.
And,
Legos.
Yeah,
I've built a number of like wall systems out of wood, and then I've got all kinds of tiles and things like that.
I won't create that stuff.
I want pastries.
Okay,
cannoli. I won't make any of the diorama stuff that I really want to make until I have a different house, until I have a room that is all gaming, and.
We tried to do that with the library, but we need a library and a gaming room.
My friend makes stuff like this. It's kind of just a set dressing.
Nice.
Little waterfall place for characters to stand. It's all done in 1-inch grids. But he's been building a lot of this kind of stuff.
Thank you. Kennedy, if we have you on and you're one of the players, are we calling you Kennedy or are we calling you Joe? I'm just curious about that. But Kennedy says, I've always believed a group of dragons should be called a Gygax. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that concept. And thanks for the bits, bud. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
With the Marvel game, because you guys responded so well, I now have multiple scenarios set up for what you could do next. And it's one of those things, one of them you might not pay any attention to, but that will continue on in the background whether you're paying attention to it or not. So eventually it will come back, because that's something I've always loved, reoccurring villains. Villains that, what do they do when they're losing? Well, they don't fight till they drop. They run away, just like you should if you're about to get your butt kicked.
It's always good to have a good nemesis,
Des, have a great one, bud. We will catch you again soon. Maybe tomorrow for William Kircher.
Bye, Des.
What were you going to say?
So, does Elizabeth's soccer team of kids come into play?
Not at this point.
Do we have to go watch their games? I'm not babysitting.
We can. That will be a great scenario for a villain to break into. But I want to develop your guys' characters first and get a good solid base of what you guys do before we do something like that. And also, I don't want
to. It's a nice tension. Like, everyone's got to have their little thing in their lives pulling us, tugging at us.
Right.
Mine's the kids.
When Andrea has 18 bikers pull into her shop and say, we need our bikes worked on now, and there's somebody after us, or when the government agency shows up to recollect Skiggy, or NPC comes in. He'll be mostly background, but it could.
Yeah, I see Skiggy hanging out in either part of my garage, like above the garage, and there's a little area.
I get to move into your garage.
Yeah, or her place. Yeah.
Your kids are
You
like,
get to baby.
Mom, look what followed us home. Can we keep it? Yeah.
No, that's dirty. Don't touch it.
taking their toys, building shit out of it. I think it would be funny, man. You know, at the game, absolutely. I can't go with the game.
Absolutely.
Drum!
See, the nice thing about Marvel is if one of you can't make it for any reason, it is, no pun intended, super easy to continue the game on.
Still have a sick kid.
Well, it could be that. It's also the difference between me throwing in 5 thugs versus 3 thugs or 10 thugs, or, you know, it's for me so easy to manipulate that game for group size. And also you're in New Vegas, so it's easy for one of you to not be around because you're doing something else. Or
gambling.
If we bring Kennedy and Dez into the Marvel game.
Oh yeah.
Now the problem is a 2-hour game for 5 players is not long enough. You're barely going to do anything because you've now almost doubled the amount of people having to act. Their characters act, not as an acting, but as an do something. But yeah, it's all flexible. It's all easy to.
What would the time need to be for that many?
Probably just 3 hours. You know, it's one of those things. Giving 1 extra hour balances it, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe 2 hours is enough.
I declare. I declare.
And also keep in mind, before anybody buys books, especially for something like Marvel Superheroes that's out of print, I do have PDFs, link files.
Yeah.
Not even links. I always save things to my hard drive just so I know I can always find it.
Yeah,
instead of going, is that link still there? And by the way, Daniel, if you find a good link, share it with me because it might be a better version than what I have.
I just searched, Marvel Superheroes role-playing game PDF, and there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. So, sharing that with everybody is always a good thing. And if Elizabeth never opens the damn file and goes, just tell me the rules and I'll pay attention, good enough. Because especially with Marvel, it's...
Or just tell me the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Don't tell me
No paying attention.
Never tell me the rules.
Never tell me the rules.
And what I'll do Fridays, I'll sit down and reread the stuff I need to reread to refamiliarize myself. But we kind of already did that with we checked movement rates and initiative. And that's all we really need to check. Everything else is... And if you look at the chart, I'd love to sit down with the two of you and go through the chart. What do you like about?
I love the cat over your shoulder. He's just totally...
Yeah, the viewing audience...
Mighty Otter's going for it.
He's getting comfortable. And
he's so funny.
Elizabeth, just below him, you can't see her, but Zazzle is sleeping there on a box. And then over here on my right, I have Cuttlefish and Goblin. And Giraffe is asleep in the basket with his hand on his head.
He's in the basket.
Put the kitty in the basket.
We bought the big bag of rice that comes in a burlap sack. And when we emptied it, Andrea took it, washed it, and then stuffed it with pillow stuffing, and she put it in a large basket she has. So it's a cat.
And that's what they sleep on.
I had a footrest my parents picked up at an officers club, decades and decades ago. And it was leather with a wooden frame, and it was kind of torn in the middle, and so it sagged. And I kept it for years for my cats. It's something about hammocks when they can just, droop. They loved it. They loved it. Can't blame them. Kitties love what they love.
So I have the one NPC for you guys, who his name is Trapper, and basically his powers are projectiles that trap people. So he shoots something and it wraps around, that kind of stuff. He's a very defense type character. But I'm not terribly thrilled about him. What other type of character do you think would go? We got a sneaky one, we got the powerhouse, and then we got Andrea that has some... You all have range stuff, but she's all range.
I'm the tech person, and I can...
Gadget guy. Yeah. So what else would fit in that group?
Like a politician type, someone that could talk.
A talker.
Someone with persuasion.
We need a
You know?
we need a A-team reference. We need a face man.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at.
Help our
There you go.
PR. Yeah.
That's what Roman is for.
That's true. I do have
True.
an agent.
Yeah.
Roman is your Charlie in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
What about
He needs to
more
have some.
distance shooting,
Yeah.
like an archer, or Sorry, I'm used to dating.
He needs to have some
A lobber.
superpower that's like really valuable, but then a flaw that's like annoying as crap.
Well, the flaw is I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
Annoying as crap already.
Well, yeah.
And
So he'll be very punny.
I don't necessarily want to do the politician and the persuasion guy, because that then lends me to take over the game with that. And I don't want to take from your guy's thunder. I want him to be the backup guy. And maybe the trapper guy works.
You can be the weatherman on TV.
Or the source guy. Hey, we really need this. And it's like, oh, I can get you anything.
Again, that's Roman. It's a phone call away.
True.
He doesn't even have to show up. Just Amazon delivers.
The little drone
That's
comes
the Hugh
in.
Hefner guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be like Stormy Cloud or some crazy stuff.
A weather pun for a name. His name could be Hail Yeah. He'll be a redneck weatherman. That sounds like
an annoying, but he has some pull at the station to get the word out, type thing.
The used car salesman personality.
Oh.
Come on down.
I got what you need.
I'm gonna throw a car at him.
I'll think about it. I might even not bring an NPC in for a couple games till we go. Oh no, I know where the blank is. I know where the hole is. Wrong hole. But yeah, Trapper was built to be a straight man and not deliver the jokes, but be the brunt of the jokes, the one that doesn't quite. You okay, Elizabeth? Are you dealing with real life?
No, I'm dealing. I noticed something with my Pickle Man ad on your thing, and I'm changing the color of the lettering so they pop more.
Okay, and then gonna send it to me and I reload.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the laptop that they say, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. It's shit.
Anyway,
It won't give me.
we had a great time in the little mishmash we threw together, so it's only gonna be that awesome or better, guaranteed. It is a break time.
Guarantee every time.
Almost. No, I had fun playing it. I had fun. Good game.
See, Andrea's our low-level Iron Man with the gravity powers, which eventually with power stunts she'll be able to make herself fly, and also with a power stunt, it will be a separate power stunt. She can make the whole group fly.
Ooh.
Like Tinkerbell.
That's right. We're gonna take her up, take her ass over you, and there you go.
You have to believe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna plummet to your death.
Like a
My little lizard guy is not looking forward to flying.
No,
There's no shadows up there.
Can we get Elizabeth one of those baby carriers to put your shadow guy in?
Can he hide in my bag?
No.
Crawl into the diaper bag.
Yeah.
Well, see, when we're going stealth, she'll just push him around.
Well, he's
in the stroller.
Oh yeah. Well, we did expand his thing where he can help everybody stealth because he can create the dim lighting situation even in the middle of the day and create the shadow cloud around you.
Really? Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the things.
That's not noticeable.
When he realized the tracking was what it was, to shift it over to instead, and this way, when he fills an area with his darkness, it allows him to shadow step around that whole area, not have to look for the pools of light. Now this, if we have a very high powerful, for example, if we're in the middle of a football field and all the lights are on, his shadow cloud thing is going to be much less effective, and that would definitely be something where I want to be able to play on that and shut down his power. But how often can I do that? You know, even on the bright city street of New Vegas, his is pretty much effective, except on rare occasions. But I still want to be able to.
He's very, very triggered by bright lights.
Like a mogwai.
Yeah.
Doesn't like it.
Okay.
Except we could feed him after midnight. Okay, it is break time. Let's go do a break. We'll be right back, guys.
I'm a little teapot watering my lawn. Oh, Bart, you didn't hit play.
I did. It's recorded.
Talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome.
Okay, so here, should I say where we are? Are we allowed to say that? Okay, no, just, okay, so adventures in watering your lawn. We have some watering cans here.
We do.
I'm a little teapot Barbie. Nothing says clean lawn like a Barbie doll.
I love us. That's not a squirter. We can clip it.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
And sometimes what I'll do if we mess up enough, you'll get 3 or 4 of them throughout the video before you finally get what works.
Okay. For the super duper projects, we have the Wonder Woman.
You ever seen Wonder Woman's can?
Although I do appreciate the oil can watering for the lawn in the South. You know, it's equal opportunity.
Yeah, and it helps young arsonists grow into their career. Wait, you have more commentary on that.
I've seen this at conventions. The stretch around, the reach around. I would prefer a Wonder Woman golden garden hose. Makes more sense, don't you think? This one.
I never want to think about Wonder Woman having her own hose.
Or a Wonder Woman's can. That just doesn't sound right. I don't know. Just
wet.
It's
moist.
Now this one, I'm quite unsure what to do. I know Black Panther is big right now, but the angry Batman, righteous.
Black Panther. So they got watering kit.
Batman, is this a watering kit?
It is.
No, okay. For those of you can obviously, how come Batman gets a full figurine, but Wonder Woman is just a chunky monkey? What's going on here?
Do you think they should put some boobs on the can?
Boobs on the can, something. Even the oil gets a better job than Wonder Woman. Tea, I don't know.
Got 5-minute watering can video. Trying not to make it awkward, I said no, but she still felt my wiener. Yeah, like that.
Talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome.
Know what I love for breakfast? I love me some raisin snails. Slimy yet satisfying. I realize how it's meant to be read, but I read it as warm, chunky, fuzzy, no furry. Rubber ducky, rub my ducky.
It's so soft. Touch it.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those cats were fast as lightning.
This here cowboy is going to the shootout at Little Big Head. Did you see the maracas on her? She had a little pair. Look, now you could open your beer butthole. Your beer butthole. Rest assured, you'll know when your kids are using drugs. Pee on this, pee on this. It's only that excited because it gets to pee back when the dog pees on it. Okay, I'm here hanging out with my bros. It's a stash party.
His packet was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing.
I went to Texas and met some feminists. That's right, femtex. Hey, wanna get hammered? We should try that again. My ex-girlfriend, she just used me and then tossed me.
I was nothing more than a disposable douche to her. So you know how people make marijuana cookies? So if you'd be like, hey, you want the good shit? It's a cookie. Like a magical pole dancer. Oh, all I can say is let's get this party started. Look at that. 5 strings of flip-flops. That's how you get thongs. Do you want thongs? That's the stein I stuck in the ass of the last guy that pissed me off.
Okay, we're back. Shh, don't tell anyone.
I love random shows like this. And last night, it's as much as topics are great because we have some great discussions, there is something to be said for just hanging out, having a good time. I feel like that's the essence
My
of
hat is
talking.
big.
You do have a big hat.
Yikes.
Yeah, I do.
It's like having a giant thumb stuck on your head.
She's sexy and she knows it.
I can't move my.
Oh, so bad, huh?
Yeah.
Is it as bad
You
as
probably
yesterday?
need to get adjusted.
Oh, what's that? Oh.
Cherry pepper rhubarb jam. That sounds horrible.
Oh, it's awesome.
Is it good?
Interesting.
It is.
It just sounds
It's
like,
very good.
hey, what's 3 things you don't want to eat together? Let's make a jam out of that.
Yep.
Then again, I couldn't tell you what rhubarb tastes like.
Whatever it's cooked with.
Oh,
It's like tofu. It takes on whatever it's cooked with.
gotcha.
That is all.
I have
And adds a very sour taste.
Okay, see, I think I had rhubarb pie once, and I don't remember the flavor. And I've never
Me
had.
neither.
What do you do with rhubarbs? Do you boil them and mash them?
Yeah.
You're gonna I'm gonna have rhubarb tonight.
Eat the greens.
You eat the greens and throw away the bulb?
Yeah, steam them up.
You can, but a lot
I
of
don't.
times you cook it like applesauce sort of thing.
Interesting.
Thank you, Ben.
Elizabeth, the other Elizabeth says she cannot commit to every week.
Okay,
Okay.
so there's an
Ow.
available slot. But like I said, for me, that's going to be determined by
Work.
right. Which
Mhm.
if it's
So
a
we'll
2 in the morning thing, then I can still play. But if it's
we'll talk about it in a couple weeks. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. I think the timing's just off. I think it's beginning of summer. Everyone's kind of hustling. Things are changing.
right,
It's the current. Just, we'll all have answers here shortly.
yeah,
Let's see.
got to get everything to settle into place, then we can figure out where we can
Squeeze in
squeeze
your
in the
hat.
fun. That hat's worked out great for you, especially with your eye makeup, which really has made your eyes pop. Not like that
Oh, thank
one
you.
woman on TV, the black chick that can pop her eyes out. It's a medical condition.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, oh, she's fabulous.
She is.
When I have to talk to parents, I wear the black makeup now. So I really get the pupil. So my eyes used to be really blue, and they're getting very green now, very light gray green. I got a lot of yellow in there, so who knows where they'll go from here.
Uh-oh.
Hey, titty shot. Woo.
Oh.
Yay.
A little more cleavage.
That's a little more cleavage between friends.
A good time.
Exactly.
I have a very rude shot. I don't know if I should do it or not.
Why not?
It's like gynecologist shot.
All right. If you want Elizabeth's rude shot, you got to throw some bits.
Just
Come on.
throw some bets and tell us.
Where's Bob?
I don't know if anybody's left.
Yeah, there's some people.
There we go. Oh, I like one of the names in the chat that I see. They haven't
What's
Is it me?
spoke. Well, I'm not going to call them out if they're lurking.
Uh,
It's just rude, but
Yes, it is. I apologize.
I like it. And by the way, if you are watching and you haven't been able to comment in the chat, it's because you have to follow the channel. So make sure you're following the channel. And if you're brand new to Twitch, make sure you have also replied to their verification email. Because otherwise...
And then go below the video and hit the share button and tell everybody, come on.
And then go above it and subscribe.
Damn, there's a lot of rules.
Name, so when we're done, remind me.
Do what? When you
I'm not changing my name.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll make a note of it.
And also, while you're at it,
what else you got, Andrew?
go ahead and, oh man, it's not even typing. I hate when that happens. You can go ahead and follow my channel.
I did.
I know
you
did.
mean everyone else.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, go
Go
listen to my podcast. It's Wood. It's wood.com.
There we go. Oh, you know what? And I've got a Kickstarter that ends in 3 days, so help me out with that.
Oh, that means Friday we're doing a stream, right?
Yes, it does. Gonna do a long one. Yeah, we are.
Is it an all naked stream?
It can be.
Ours is not sexual, all right?
And
My camera will be from here up.
The more people we get funding, the more clothes we'll put back on.
We should just tape everything but the nipples, right? So only the nipples showing. Everything else is covered by.
What if you get those nipple stickers and
we're
put
yelling.
them on? What if you put the nipple stickers on? Does that count? It's covered.
Can't be happy about it. Can't be happy.
No. So are you saying?
Oh, I'm not happy.
And then we'll sing sad songs.
We could wear turtlenecks and ski masks and just cut out nipple holes.
I will if you will, but I'm not putting my name to it.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna be like, we have hijacked this broadcast.
I'll be 80. And one time I showed my nipples.
On Twitch. And that's what everybody did when I showed them.
And we were angry nipples.
Well, if all it is like the nipples, then it's like, okay, well, whose nipples are those? You know,
we should all get Google Eye pasties for our nipples.
I have some.
Speaking of pasties, I had a classmate at school who was very opinionated, judgmental, just very full of himself, and then judgmental against the rest of us who were having fun at art school. And he made a career out of pasties.
Andrea has a pair of pasties that look like the door knockers from Labyrinth.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And by the way, Toei says her nipples argue with each other. What? Can't hear you. Quit mumbling. Toei says just tape baby bottle nipples to your shirts. We could be all goth and use safety pins instead of tape.
Stick them. Yeah, there you go. Ow! I could get away with that on one side, but not the other.
No, don't pin them to yourself, just to your shirt.
Oh.
And I'm really curious, why one side and not the other?
Because only one side's pierced.
Exactly.
Okay.
Dude, why just one? Why one side? Why one side? You need to be even.
No. It's one with, one without. It's more fun that way.
The more you know, says Toei. I had the left nipple pierced for many years and not the right. But I had a bad piercer apparently because I put it through the muscle, and after like 3 years, it still had a lot of pain associated with it. So eventually, I took it out and let it seal up. Now I have them both pierced by somebody who did it much better.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah.
She.
Oh, you had the girl. I had the guy.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That kind of piercing. Yeah. Welcome back, Elizabeth.
Hello. Sorry, I'm expecting multiple phone calls, and Spectrum keeps calling me, trying to, I don't know. And then I answer, and then they say they can't hear me. We're at a bad connection. I'm supposed to call them back.
Mm.
It's a trap. What is Spectrum?
This is the cable internet provider out here.
Oh.
And they call every few months or so trying to get you to get, there's one that was Spectrum TV. You can get TV through the internet. And I didn't want it. And it was a trial offer, and I tried it. And it's only 10 channels, but it's $20 a month more for 10 channels. And sometimes it's not what you want. And I just, I don't want it. And then I told them, don't ever call me about anything ever again.
And they're like, wait, I can't hear you. Call me back.
We can see how that's working. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got people at the hospital right now, so I'm anxiously awaiting phone calls.
You're having a rough day.
No, I'm not in the hospital. I'm having to find him.
You didn't put them there, did you?
It wasn't me. It was pullback. It was pullback. Red card. That is going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be a film. We're going to make that a film. Funny.
Which one?
Maybe we can make a living. You never know. Just playing D&D, playing all these different games, and we would just make films of them. I just write the script.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. We just can't.
Where do I sign?
Can't use the words "night of badassery." That's already taken.
That's a great movie.
What were you saying, Daniel?
Where do I sign? I'm in.
Right on the left butt cheek, where we get it tattooed.
I'm in.
It could happen. I mean, my gosh,
I want to get killed by pickles. I totally just want to be ripped apart by pickles.
Oh,
okay.
It's a dream of
mine.
mine.
In a movie or just in general? Because either one, we can make it happen. But we need to be clear.
Movie? What movie?
This is Tamika. This is a sketch I did while we were chit-chatting. This is when Tamika turns into a pickle, and she's the young black social justice warrior. And she gets turned. Oh, is it? Yeah. She gets turned into. She's still.
Oh, that's cute.
I love it.
Because you always retain a little bit of your identity, which is funny, And so she's got a little afro. And I love afros. Every time I see a young person or older with a big old afro, I run up and say, it's fabulous.
You should ask Ed to see his picture of when he had an afro.
Oh, totally.
It's like
I think it's cool because it goes up, even up.
It's like O.J. Simpson in the Naked Gun movie when they did the flashback. I love where.
So we need to have the next time we all get together. We need to have here's a very embarrassing picture. I have one of me dressed in full D&D costume at the zoo.
Present.
What's embarrassing about that?
Yeah.
It was last week.
It was last week. No, I'll show it to you. I'll dig it up and show it to you. It's pretty funny.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I have a few with my Annie Lennox haircut, and I think I might even.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Is it orange?
Like really, really short?
Really short. Because I like the look of kind of like my hair now, but when I was a teenager, it wasn't this. It was just a little wavy, and so I went and got a perm. And I knew something was wrong because they immediately washed it in the parlor. Which
you never do that. You don't do that for 3 months.
And I looked like Whitney Houston when it was just. And I hated it, and it stunk. I didn't know it was going to smell so bad, and it was just. And within 6 months, my mother foolishly let me go to the hair salon by myself, and I cut it off. And she was very upset with me because it was expensive. And then for the next, I liked it because I was in a lot of sports, and it was very easy to clean and dries immediately. And it was fun, and it didn't get in my face and distract me, and it wasn't hot. But they always thought I was a guy. There was questions, so. I tend to not have really short hair anymore.
Going back to the previous topic.
I love that they still think I'm a guy.
It's like when we were doing the transgender rights show. One of the guests mentioned.
Where are we going?
Well, one of the guests mentioned, they constantly call me ma'am. And, I'm not. And I'm like, okay, but here's the deal. With this mustache, a year ago when I worked at Outback, at least 3 times a month, somebody would call me ma'am. It happens. People are
It's
looking
just
at
a word.
something else. They're not paying any attention. Something falls out of their mouth. Don't take it personally. They're not looking to trigger you. They're just looking to do whatever they got to do. And by the way, going back to the previous thing, considering people make a living on Twitch playing video games and barely talking, and they make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars a month, literally. Yeah, I think we could do.
Let's make our characters on Twitch then and not talk.
We could do gaming, and with our personalities and entertainment level during the game, yeah, I think we could.
We're fucking fabulous people.
We could do it. We could do a Twitch like multiplayer game.
Yeah,
and by
that'd
the
be
way,
fun.
Jules says, Elizabeth, if you use baby dills, you can use raspberries as afros.
Oh.
I like it. Well done, Jewel.
I could just see a little army guy. Send in the gherkins!
Or you could remake Spaceballs using little gherkins and blueberries for their helmets.
I mean, it's just silliness. We need more silliness. We're just so serious. And, when I laugh and people, and it's always little Asian women glare at me when I go in the locker room. Yeah, what are you going to do? Sometimes I just lift my shirt, Or they say, sorry, sir. I'll say, it's okay, ma'am. Just move on. People,
Wynn says,
love and, I said love and forgiveness. That's what we got. That's the power.
Yes. Wynn says, I'd make better money on Twitch if I had more hours to stream, but there are too many other creative things I'm doing now. And I relate to that, because we're all doing our things. Oh, who just joined us?
I think
don't read that out loud.
We'll get better, too, when we do the characters. I have a lot of music we can use that I have been given the rights to use by the original composer, and it is full-on orchestra, jazz, everything. So,
welcome back, John. Welcome back, Kennedy.
Yay!
Did they leave us?
They had to step away for customers, and I don't know whatever Kennedy stepped away for.
Work.
Customers, is that what you call them nowadays?
You're watching us at work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
He has us on in, the comic store.
Yeah, John has us on in the comic store.
Awesome. Hey, you, buy that book right there. Buy that one right there.
There you go. Well, Friday when we're on, we can, I don't know.
Yeah, we can.
I'd say we can game, but.
Totally game.
Oh, and for our games on my stream, I'm working on doing overlays, so it'll be fancy and stuff.
Sweet.
I'm working on it. We'll see how it comes out. Okay. Who pointed the wrong way? Me?
No. Daniel, when he was pointing at the book.
I was saying that book right there.
Yeah, and
right
John said you pointed the wrong way. Kennedy broke enough stuff
Another
today.
way.
Oh, Jewel now suggests you can use an olive. You can cut an olive for a helmet.
Yes.
Going back to what you were saying previously, I remember it was my mid-20s. I made the conscious decision to live life like I was in a sitcom and the rest of the world was my audience. And if I can find something funny, even in a bad situation, to make a joke and get a laugh, that's how I want to live. Now, I do edit myself and, don't make the jokes that I would at the death of somebody else's. But, for example, when somebody who knows me has somebody close die, most of my friends are very amused by the comments, But, so, yeah, there's...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, we told you about when Tara's mother died, the card we sent her, the condolence card. Did we tell you about this?
Yeah. I don't know if Dan does.
Daniel? It was...
No, I haven't heard that
one. It had a pregnancy test on the front of the card. And when you opened it up, Andrea crossed out the words and wrote, well, at least it wasn't that. It was a positive pregnancy test.
Yeah.
Hey, we're sorry for your loss.
I had a very... I got a very funny card. It was my birthday just recently in May, and I got a birthday card. It's one of the only birthday cards I got. So I opened it up. I looked at it, and it's from a funeral home.
I've got one of those.
And I wanted it. I so wanted inside it to say, you know,
We're
one
watching
step
you.
closer.
That's right.
Yeah. One step closer.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's.
I don't get cards like that. What the hell?
That is great. It's,
Well, it was actually from a funeral home that. See, I had my great aunt and uncle interned at the military memorial park, and they had a full military honors and stuff like that. And that was the lady that helped me out. That was who the card was from. It wasn't just a random.
Okay. At least you weren't having a birthday party there. All right. Just making sure. You know,
Eventually.
just in case.
Just in case.
We're going to have it at the funeral home because it could be that good of a party.
I always joke with
Yeah.
my friends at the that someday we're going to end up in the old folks' home playing D&D. A bunch of old codgers sitting around the table throwing dice and waving your cane at the dungeon master. Yeah,
Well, till then, we got Twitch.
we can stream it live. Yeah,
Well, there's a reason
wave
we-
your cane.
There's a reason we
Get
take
out.
a break every hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to use some of your computer advice at the end of this, Dan.
okay. I'm here for you, babe.
There you go.
So I need to fly out that way, and we'll all go camping and play D&D.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
I want to come out for that con. I got to find some way to do it. Come out and hang
It's
out
in
with you guys.
January.
I'm not. January is not a great time to be here. So
Go pull up the website right now and book the room. You can always cancel it for any reason you can't make it. You know, at least it's 24 hours ahead
Yeah.
of time. But go book
But
the
here's the
room
thing:
now.
if you do have to cancel it, do not cancel it. Let me know, because we'll find someone to take it over
true.
and switch the names, because we always sell out the hotel. And if you get it and last minute dump it, then we lose that room. So
what airport would I fly into? I just want to see how much it costs,
Richmond
and if it's
is easiest.
you know.
You can do one of the other ones, but Richmond is going to be closest and easiest.
RIC.
RIC, correct.
It's going to cost me about $500. $530,
Really?
$533.
Okay, man.
what about on a train
Huh?
in January?
Oh, true. I'm not.
Right now, yeah, it would probably cost that much. But in January,
Oh, here's the dates. Okay, here we go.
It's like the 14th or something like that.
Let me change it to January.
yeah, because it's expensive now. So.
Oh, yeah. My eyes, look how small my eyes.
I was going to say, if you're going to spend that much, you might as well go to the UK, because that's how much it costs for us. 500.
Round trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, do get a round trip ticket, man.
That's the plan, yeah.
That'd be a hell of a walk.
What was that?
Mm,
Don't
I'm
know.
hungry.
I'm tired.
Oh, see, now that really changed, because now the price is down to 300 and a quarter.
Yeah.
Now,
That's doable.
check how
That's
much it
doable.
is to Reagan National.
That's a
What's that?
try.
Is that the Maryland one? Where's that?
Well, the thing is, I would have him jump on the train, which is literally right outside of Reagan National, and take it all the way to the end of the line to Springfield, and that's where we would pick him up.
Our Newport News does a lot of business travel.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I don't know if
It's a
there
lot
was
of, but you have to fly like butt crack of dawn early.
Now,
You know.
now I could fly into New York, and rent a car, grab Elizabeth, take her down there.
It's true. It's true. Very
there
true.
you go.
It's a lot cheaper to fly into New York. Although the car, it's almost, not quite, but it's like $70 in tolls.
Yeah, it is.
Madness.
Yeah, the tolls are horrible.
It takes some toll.
Is that in Washington D.C.? Why is
New
it
York?
Washington?
hmm
Oh no, the
Reagan.
Reagan.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's actually more.
Really?
It's
Oh.
about $50 more to go there.
In January?
Yeah.
January. Yeah, I just
My new
got it.
partners. He's probably going to rent a car.
Is there an airport in Williamsburg?
I thought there was.
I want to say
But
there is. So check that.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's tiny, I think.
Well, it might also
It
raise
is.
the price like $200 because you got to take a connection
is.
from DC or Richmond to Williamsburg. So yeah, if you're going into
Yeah.
Richmond, you're an hour from us, 45 minutes from us, and that's easiest for us to pick you up. And then you crash here.
And
you know,
that's it's going to end up being cheaper. It's going to end up being cheaper. You know, I'll bring my backpack and my tent, and I'll camp in the backyard.
we've got a
That's
couch,
cool.
and my son has a futon in his room, so you know there's options.
If
No.
you
I didn't
want to
want
be
to
in the
assume.
tent, you could put the tent in the library. It's okay.
No, we don't mind.
So that's actually doable with enough planning. That's not a frightening amount of money. So
there you go.
And the convention itself is like $50 for the weekend. Unless
Yeah,
you
but
want to
it's a
go to work.
podcast.
unless you want to what?
Unless you want to work.
I'm whatever. I'm in.
Well, the
I'll
problem
do
with
I'll
working
do whatever
is
anybody wants.
you can work, but then you have less time to stand in the hallway chatting and having a good time because you're running from panel
I'm
to panel.
working, but
You know, it would be more case if somebody wanted me to help out or be on a panel or talk about whatever. I'm good. I'm in for the whole experience.
Well, when you're on the MarsCon website, you can check out the guest application, and then you tell them, you know, I could talk about gaming, I could talk about Doctor Who, sci-fi,
Here's the
or
thing.
wood.
don't say I can do 10 panels because they'll put you on 10 panels.
So I can do 4. Yeah. And,
Cool.
And it can't conflict with anything Talk of the Tavern is doing.
So you're gonna have to let me know that schedule.
Well,
I think I would just. I think first time out, I would just come and hang
I think
and
it's
see
worth
what it's all about.
the $50 to just not have to do anything
It
except
is.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, worst comes to worst, you sit in on a panel or two, you know.
Are you going
They
to be
do-
doing a? Are you going to be doing a live Talk of the Tavern?
Yep.
There.
Yep.
Just so you know, they are looking for volunteers to help out, and one of the things they would like is someone to go to the panels and sit in on them, and so they can find out what works, what doesn't. So,
Like critiquing panels.
or just how many people were there? Was it good? Was it interactive? You know, is it something? Things like that. I know they're always looking for.
Was there 3 people
Stuff.
falling asleep, or was there 30 people having a great time?
Yeah.
And Toei says,
Everybody's on their phone.
MarsCon is fun, you'll enjoy it. And Kennedy says, I've taken the train to DC. On the J train may drop. I don't know what on the J train may drop means. We're
These
not
kids. These kids in their jargon.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have me, Daniel, Kennedy on a show and just call it like the old white guy show.
I'm hungry.
Because I mentioned old
That
white guy.
picture you sent.
Sweet.
No.
Oh, his signal will drop. Oh, nice, nice.
After last night's show, I was on. Oh my gosh! On the pub site that he linked over.
Yeah.
Kevin.
What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Kevin?
Kevin. That's right. He doesn't seem like a Kevin. He needs to be like a Clive or some British name. No, I was looking at the website for his pub and looking through the menu, and it's like, oh my god, now I'm really hungry. That looks so good. That looks so good.
And you at Burger King. Good for you.
It was a matter of convenience. It was like, okay, I'm on a show. I don't have time to cook dinner.
I
I'm
am not
hungry
joking.
and I don't want to cook. Oh.
I had an enormous plate of that big casserole thing I made. Another glass of water. And then about 4 hours of insomnia. So
Isn't that fun? There's nights I'm just laying there in bed and it's like, okay, this is not gonna work. I'll just get up and start writing or playing games or who knows.
I'm not. I'm committed. I'm like, I can do this.
You need to be committed. What?
I'm committed. I am gonna fall asleep.
How's that working for you?
Well, within 4 hours, pretty well.
Took a while. Handful of melatonin.
Andrew and I got off the show. I did my after show stuff, work that I have to do. And then we watched a couple episodes of The Flash and went into the room, put on another episode, and we dozed off and turned off the TV in the middle of an episode. Wins says
Hey, guys. Oh, good. Go.
My BFF is coming over tonight and bringing me takeout. Could be anything. I told her to surprise me. What are you going to say, Andrew?
Oh.
Yeah.
I want delivery.
We're so far.
I'm just putting my channel in there. So everyone watching that hasn't followed yet, go follow me. I need 50 followers. I have like 24 right now.
Do you? See, I was hoping for more with that post last night. It's yeah. Is Kennedy following? Is John following?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go look at your followers and find out.
Yeah, I don't want to get off of here because then I lose all the chat.
John is following.
That's one thing I don't like.
And
yay!
How is Kennedy not following? Maybe he's further down. No.
How many followers do I have? Does it say?
24.
Yeah. See.
See, Kennedy needs to make it 25. Kennedy, click on that link. Click it. He might be on a strong
Kennedy.
So it might be difficult.
You can do it. Who knows?
Then you'll be halfway there.
I think I'm following.
I think
you are.
Right, yeah. There you are.
I like Elizabeth's shot when you can only see like one eye.
She's all like Kevin all of a sudden.
yeah.
Fold it in half.
Stop it, creepy lady.
Don't tell me what to do.
I told you once.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Hey Elizabeth, your character can eventually has to get up your timeout power. They send them to their room. Go to your room.
A real
Put
quick.
baby in the corner.
Okay. Fat Man, not Fat Man, or not Batman. By the way,
Whoa,
your
we
name
got
is
a
the
lot
one I
of
was talking about. Love that name. 1 minute sales pitch. Why should you follow? Because we're laid back and fun and say horribly inappropriate things. Horribly inappropriate, terribly fun. Here's to you.
Oh, or why should you follow my channel?
Oh, okay. Probably your channel, Andrea.
Because it's kind of the same thing, but with gaming. D&D, Marvel superheroes, and Star Wars.
And she has a cat cam. She always keeps it.
Yeah, there's always a cat cam.
Floor level.
There's something to be said, too, about hanging out with the creative energy and to be around it. And when people are stirring it up, that it's intoxicating and it does affect you in a positive way. And if you want to get anything done, throw this channel on and let it stir you. And you can keep the volume a little low and quiet and be inspired by our own creativity.
It's watching like-minded people, and I hope you are. I'm sure the listeners are like-minded. Nobody's raging about, oh my God, what are they saying now? It's oh, I live that. I understand that. And watching people have fun with what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Join us.
Yay, I got a follow. Thank you.
Woo!
I got a notification. That's awesome.
25 to go. 25 to go.
Yeah, and once I get 50 followers on my channel, we will have a swimsuit gaming session.
All right.
Maybe we'll be at the beach.
I can make it happen on my end.
Streaming from the beach.
No. I meant in game at the beach.
I'm just gonna blind everyone. That's all.
Elizabeth is the same color that I am.
I'm getting so pale. It's just veins now. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. Are you on mute, Travis?
Oh, I guess I am. I don't know.
Somebody else gets surprised.
I don't even know how it got pressed.
He's caught Elizabeth disease.
You said you'd watch Kennedy. Are you gonna follow my channel? Get 50. As soon as we get 50.
There, Kennedy. It's But yeah, the Fat Man, not Batman. That was the name that was lurking in the list that I said I wanted to.
That's a good name.
I like that name. It's good stuff there. Are you a streamer? Let's see here. Okay, I'm not seeing much of a background there. So if you are, we'll do a little shout out for you. But other
there you go, Dan. Coming up
okay, looks like
you're at the same. Oh, God.
What are we doing? Are we toasting?
We're passing each other stuff.
Okay. Nice. It's like
I'd have to see where
right to you there. Now you got to go down to.
No, go to the other side. That'll be me.
Fat Man, we love our people who aren't streamers too, because they're the folks that we're here for. The streamers are great because we support each other's communities and rate each other and everything. Kennedy says, I would get a little highlighter in brown, make all of you tan. That would take you a long time, especially since you said a little highlighter.
We could all get spray tan and be orange.
He's watching on his phone, so it's okay.
He can draw on his phone.
Oh, wait a minute. No, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
What?
Brown on people's
draw
faces.
on your phone?
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me.
Fire hose.
Spray tans, yeah.
A friend and I wrote a script, and we were like, she was Barbie, and I was Ken, and we had to put the Malibu tan on ourselves because we lived in Germany, And I wonder if we'd get in trouble for that now. It was just a tan, but I mean, we were really.
Somebody get pissed off. It
was funny. I brought out a huge remote control for the car. It was out of a big box. It was funny.
You know what? If you were playing around like that and somebody got offended, who gives a crap what that person thinks? They have to live with that.
But nowadays you can get in trouble and stuff. It's horrible. People suck.
You do, and
they can. But we don't have to let them. We don't have to make them part of our life. And
when I hear someone say like, "Oh, I'm offended," or "That's offensive," for me, my filter, all I hear is, "I have nothing else to say, so let me be stupid." that's
Kennedy says.
Go on, Andrew.
Kennedy says, my kids are half Filipino, so I get white privilege whenever we have to stay outside somewhere in the sun. I get to shade it. I guess I get the shaded spot. Yeah. Because you'll burst into flames, right?
Yeah.
Not me. I'm all pale, and I'm like, I'll stand in the sun for hours.
Yeah,
and I have to
do that,
chase
and
him.
people say, "I smell bacon. Do you smell bacon?"
I'm gonna start licking myself.
I chase Travis down with the sunscreen. I'm like, oh my god.
I was talking to a fellow teacher because these schools we teach are so horrible. They're just rough. There's no air conditioning. There is in the office where the staff is things. And you go through these phases when it's 90, 100 degrees in the classroom where you start kind of getting tingly, and then you realize you're very lightheaded, and you think, "Oh, this is it. I'm going to pass out," and then it goes away.
Have any of you ever fainted, like just collapsed?
Yeah. Yeah, when I first got there.
So I'm curious, how was that?
You shove ice in your armpits, and then you try to get sugar in your system, and drink.
I'm just curious.
Do not put ice in my armpits.
It'll it'll lower your temperature very quickly.
But what's it like to be standing there going, "Ooh, I don't feel so good," and then waking up on the floor?
I kind of woke up mid-fall, and I knew I laid on the floor. I knew what to do. I had my water in my hand, and I was by myself, and I just laid on the floor and recharged.
I've done that after being outside mowing the lawn, where I've come in afterwards. And I'm like, no, this is heat exhaustion kicking in right now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
On the subway, I did that. I threw my bag on the ground because it got very hot. We were stuck in a tunnel, and I saw someone else sit down, and I thought that guy's brilliant because it's going to be 10 degrees cooler on the floor. And I did. I just sat on my bag and drank the rest of my water and felt better.
It's cool on the floor because of all the pee.
Toei says, I have, but from seizures, not heat. That must be a very unique experience. Andrea, did you say you have? You've passed out? Fainted?
Not that I can recall.
Okay.
No, but I wanted to say, speaking of the seizure thing, FDA approved a new medication for seizures. And it's marijuana-based, or CBD, which is a derivative from the cannabis oil. So it's a start.
Oh, yeah, you posted that article.
See, I want to meet somebody who has fainted. Just, you know how, like in the movies, something happens and there's always a woman in the back that goes, oh, and just collapse. And you're like, really? Did you really do that? Were you? Oh, see, Toei says it was unique waking up in the ICU for sure. Hopefully no head injury, because that's my worst fear of fainting, is like just hitting my head on the way down, or when I do get all the way down. It's
I've helped people who fainted, and a lot of times it sounds like, and then they go down because their jaw drops and it cuts through, and then and it's like holding a giant a hefty bag of water. It's impossible. You can just kind of guide it.
I've had a couple of times where I'm diabetic, and I've gone into diabetic shock. When your blood sugar is 20. Having my wife force feeding juice into me, just barely coming conscious. It's scary.
I bet.
If on that day, if the internet had not gone down, my daughter came in to have me restart the router and stuff, and I was out. I was on the floor, gone. And if that hadn't happened, who knows what would be. But yeah, that's kind of scary.
Toei says.
And how did you get to that place? Did you not eat or take care of yourself?
It was my fault. I was very tired, but I knew I had to eat. My blood sugar was low. I have an insulin pump. It's a device that constantly gives me insulin. You have to put in, I'm going to eat 25 carbs. And so it gives you a dose and you eat. Well, I started to eat, set it down, got distracted, came back, fell asleep. So I had dosed myself for that entire plate of food, but didn't eat it. So it was my fault.
Okay. Toei says that she had encephalitis. Had? Past tense? You no longer have it? I didn't know that was something that can pass. Or do you still have it? Now you're aware and you take care of things. Or medical science changed a little and now you don't have these issues. Yeah, it's not anything I actually ever want to see or experience, but I'm curious about it in general. It's, I guess, not enough corsets. It doesn't happen as much anymore.
It's early. Mine is only heat stroke. It's early stages, and you recognize it. And just cool down.
Yeah, that I've had. Where I've come in and I've get my cool wet washcloth and swab out the armpits and behind the neck and put it across my forehead and drink water, just to be clear.
She says, no, it's temporary. You either recover or you die. It's a viral condition that causes swelling of the membrane of your brain.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, I've had friends with hydroencephalitis, and I thought that was a permanent condition. But again, I haven't educated myself on it, so I don't know.
It looks like we have a lot of viewers.
We do.
We do.
Hi, viewers.
Holy cow. That's fabulous. Well, I'm going to throw this out one more time for my channel.
Pickle.
Once I get 50 followers, we will do a swimsuit gaming session.
Yeah, we will. Man.
Fat Man says.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, will Pickle Man wear his swimsuit?
He will indeed. We can even take a vote on male or female.
That's right. Yeah, we have both options you can attach. Fat Man says, it shows how pale I am, but in the past, I've had near third-degree sunburns all over my body. My God, that was awful.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
I've had that. Not necessarily all over my body, but definitely upper body and legs, because you're wearing shorts. Well, I was, at least. But yeah, I've had that once or twice where I just, like, out on a boat all day or at the beach all day, it just didn't realize it. Maybe applied sunscreen in the morning and never again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Pismo Beach with my aunt and uncle, just having fun, camping on the beach, and a nice day. I did a great job keeping sunblock everywhere except the top of my feet as we were running through. And they were so sunburned that every step felt like they were just going to burst. So tight.
Yeah,
I was out.
I was in college. I just had to go to class. It's a horror.
Go ahead, Daniel.
I was out fishing, and you get a lot of sunburns, like on your chin and underneath, because of the reflection of the sunlight off the water. And I had like a sunburn down my neck one time, and it was blistery, and I mean, it was horrible. It was so painful.
That's why they have those scarves people wear that just wrap around. Yeah.
Fat Man says taking a cold shower felt like boiling water. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's how about sandal sunburn, where you got the like the flip flops on or the sandals on, and you forget to dose up the top of your feet.
Except for that once.
Yeah, and then when you try to put on socks for the next 3 days or more, or when you try to take a shower, and I've had the blister, but then you peel, and it's like, that feels great.
Ew. A friend of mine in high school, because we used to go to a lot of baseball games.
Have a good one.
She got sunburned on the top part of her legs.
Oh.
The back was white as a cloud, but the front was red.
Everybody see
That's why
when she's headed out. Her friends there would take out. What kind of takeout is it? We got to know that. What'd you get?
Yeah, what'd you get?
We're all
waiting.
Tell us about the food. Tell us.
Food. Yeah. Oh my God. Food porn.
I really wish we had delivery here. We don't.
Nothing.
We can meet them a couple miles down the road.
Domino's. Once we called them, they're like, "Well, we don't deliver out there. But if you want to drive up to that little country grocery store 2 miles from you, we'll meet you there and deliver to it." I'm like, okay.
It's like, come on, 2 miles? Oh my God. I'll order 2 pizzas. Yeah.
I can pretty much order anything. Have it delivered. Anything. The thing is, though, his money's tight. You don't want to tip, so I just go pick it up.
Yeah, it's. I think we've all got into the age that if we can't tip, we don't eat out.
Yeah, because only kids are assholes. Well, see, before Travis bought a house out here, when I would go to his house just so I can get delivery. No, don't cook. I want to order something. I want it delivered.
Get our Chinese or our Thai food delivered, or our pizza, or when I lived in North Carolina, 2 places I remember ordering from. One was called Stakeout, and they delivered steak and baked potatoes. And another place was called Gumby's Pizza, and they had a pizza that was like this big. It was like, 24 inches across? And it was $10 for like a 24-inch pizza, and this is 92 or so. But and they were good pizza. That was.
There's a pizza place down Portland, closer into town. It's like Engine House Pizza, and they have a 48-inch pizza.
I don't know about that.
That's just gluttonous.
Can you get it through the door?
No, you go there with a bunch of friends and eat it. You don't deliver it. I don't think they deliver it, but
hell no, because you eat that, you need a nap.
Coma. Yeah.
Well, at our age, you eat anything, or you don't eat. You need a nap.
You need a nap.
I just need a nap. I know. I was getting ready. I had worked out, eaten lunch, getting ready to do some writing. I need a nap.
Right, it's horrible when you sit down to write, and then you're like.
You know the best part about yoga is at the end, you do it, they make you lay on your back and you relax, and then you kind of reach center, and then you roll to your right side, and then you kind of recenter. And then they get up and they do the little namaste. I always love just laying there.
Yeah, that's the greatest yoga position.
Do you have anybody that like starts snoring? Yeah.
I do it by myself. I don't pay for classes. I just do it myself. And sometimes, and then there's a little yoga chant. There's yoga all over YouTube, whatever you want. Yeah.
I have a yoga meditation, a led meditation VR program that's kind of fun. You just sit there and you're on a beach or in the trees are blowing or whatever, and it's very relaxing.
You have trees that blow you? Tell me more.
Hey,
it's wood.com.
If it's wood, we're good. Registered trademark. Yep.
Good times.
Always.
If it's pickle, it tickles.
Now that is the
Travis,
future, says Fat Man.
Because I could play Plants vs. Zombies, but I don't want to. I want to play Lego Dimensions. Can you help me set up my Twitch channel later so I can play
Yes.
the PS4?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
See,
That's what I'm talking
Fat Man
about.
says, now that's the future. Trees that blow you. In Russia. Trees blow you. Yeah, good times. And we got about 10 minutes left. Let me tell everybody what else is coming up over the next week. Tomorrow, we have one of the stars of the movie The Hobbit is going to be our guest. William Kircher, who played Bifur the Dwarf, as well as Tom the Troll in The Hobbit, will be with us. Or did the voice of Tom the Troll, I should say. Now, Thursday, we have Zola Mark of Pink Cocoon, a Canadian metal band, joining us as our guest. Monday, which is our later show, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern, we have Eric Larson of ExpectoCon and TeslaCon joining us. And then after that, I actually haven't set up many guests for July because we have all these changes going on. So I want to make sure, before I start putting guests in the time slots, I know what's going on. And I know how tired I'm going to be.
Elizabeth is rocking out.
I am. I'm doing background music for you.
I like it.
Is the game still going?
Which game?
Is it what?
Is this soccer game?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Okay.
Who won?
John, sell lots of funny books. Have a
Croatia.
good day, buddy. We still got 9 minutes. We're hanging out till the very end, of course. And I got to find who we're going to raid. Who we raid. Let's go look.
But Iceland only has this. Iceland has the same number of people in its country as Argentina has registered soccer fans.
Nice.
They're a tiny little nation. It's amazing they even get to the World Cup. It's only been 2 years now, so twice. I mean, it's extraordinary.
We could raid a Russian guy who sings along to music, all in Russian.
Awesome. The clown one?
No. This is a guy, it's all in Russian. He doesn't speak English at all, as far as I know. Shall we raid him? He's Chill Out Man.
Yeah, totally.
You wait till you see the lights he has up on the wall behind him. It is incredible, and he is just having a good time and chatting with his audience and singing along to his music. And yeah. Hey, look at that. Dreaded Walrus joined us right towards the end of the show. Good to see you, Dreaded Walrus. Thanks for joining us.
Pat Pickle Man on the head.
That's not what it looks like you're doing to me.
Oh, wrong way. Looks like I'm
doing
doing it to Travis, actually. Yo, you're that way.
There you go. No.
We gotta practice.
He's everywhere.
Well, I'm not watching Twitch, so I don't know where the windows are. So.
Let's see here. There we go. That is Andrea's link to her channel that you guys just saw pop up. If you're not following her yet, make sure you do. She has a cat cam. We do tabletop role-playing like Dungeons & Dragons and other games on there. And tonight she'll be playing Lego Dimensions because we're grown-ups and we can do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of shit.
So. Oh, thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Here's to you and your wonderful bits that you like to whip it up.
Here's to you and your wood.
Yeah, cheers to me. Cheers to me.
So good times there. It's a We're in the last 8 minutes. Like, do we start a new conversation? Or...
3 o'clock tomorrow, guys. Join us.
Yeah, William Kircher. I'm really looking forward to that. It's
From The Hobbit, yeah.
I don't know how long he's staying, but we'll keep him as long as he'd like to stay. It's I figure we'll at least have an hour talking with him and chatting with him about not only The Hobbit, but all the other things he does too, such as
I want to hear about the new movie.
The Lake. We'll be watching that tonight.
Axiom,
that too.
Oh.
Rogue Warrior.
Yeah.
It's and we've met him in person. Just a gentleman and a good guy. Quick to smile and laugh.
Yeah, we should totally do a screenshot. We gotta do a screenshot with everyone with their hats on.
I have to take my headset off.
I got one.
We can
here.
do that.
Hold on. I'll go get this one. Give me. Hold on. My wire doesn't reach.
I have heard that before.
Okay, hold on.
I think I've said that before.
There you go. See, this hat I can wear with the headsets.
Okay, somebody do a screenshot.
Okay.
Where's your teacups?
Oh. Pack all teacups. Okay.
Ah, jeez.
Andrea, are you doing it?
So many rules.
Screenshot. I'm going to take a picture.
Okay.
Okay. I have to take a picture. I can't do a screenshot.
Are we done yet?
Yes. But you could stay like that.
I could. Oh, okay.
That's funny. That's my old hat from when I worked at the Picture People. We had to wear a propeller. And as soon as I leave, they stop making that part of the uniform. Because it scared kids.
Does it
kids
move?
would
Is it
scream.
motorized?
No, it's not motorized, but you can spin it. The cats can play with it while you're wearing it.
There we go. That'll do.
And here, I'll show you this. And I'll show both cameras because I have here. It's got a little bear on it.
Oh.
So for everyone else out there, let's see here. We'll make sure I can see. Yeah, he's got a little bear waving it.
Did you take the picture?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Now the hat doesn't hurt. I got it all stretched out again.
We could have told Dan no, and he would have sat there unable to hear us for the last 5 minutes. No, we're not there yet.
It's taking a long time.
Exactly. Do you remember the Naked Gun TV show called Police Squad? And at the end of all 6 episodes that they filmed, they would all just freeze in place. They didn't still the camera, but the actors stood, and you'd see them like shaking a little or wobbling. And they did, if I'm not mistaken, they shot William Shatner in the opening credits of one of those shows. They're like,
They
special
shot
guest
him?
star, William Shatner, and then it shows him like in a booth getting shot. And that was...
That's kind of funny.
It is. It is. They also had, I think, Abraham Lincoln was in the credits. Special guest Abraham Lincoln, and then shows him getting shot. Elizabeth is playing.
I think Elizabeth has fainted. Yeah.
No, like my laptop just turned off, right? And there's nothing wrong with it.
We hate that.
And then, like, oh, I had it on all day. Well, I do, and it won't stay on all day.
Well, you're all
and yes, it's plugged in, and yes, it has power, and
It's also 20 degrees hotter where you are than where they are.
Yeah, but it's not, I can feel it's not like burning hot. It's just, he insists that it was Windows 10 and that it'll turn off and update when it senses you're not near the computer.
That is a big line of bullshit. Your computer can
I'll say
near
bullshit.
it.
Although the image is now different on my desktop.
Mm.
And normally it's me swimming with Freddy the Fish.
But it doesn't seem like it's getting really hot.
Nope.
Is Freddy the Fish like a bad mobster?
No, when I was in Puerto Rico, I took a picture, a selfie. I was swimming, and I was befriended by this little feeder fish that was up to me. And he was just like, I found the mother lode. He swam with me for 2 hours, this little fish. Yeah, and then I took a selfie, and he
What,
was
you
right
just-
by my face. It looks like he's turning right at the camera, like, "Hey, what's up?"
You just making friends wherever you go.
I had to get out of the water and leave him. It was kind of sad.
Then there was that alligator who loved hugging me and rolling around in the water with me. He was my friend too.
How did you know?
Because you were in Florida.
And now it started, and everything's open because I was working in Photoshop.
Is it going to sleep? Is it entering sleep mode where it's just the screen goes black?
Sounds like
But then
It
if you
turns off. The screen goes black, and it turns off.
the laptop turns completely off.
Okay.
Completely
Good
off.
Tech, in just a moment, let's do some outro music. Thank you, guys. Here's to you,
All right.
closing
All right.
toast. Here's to meeting new people and screwing off during the day.
Hey!
We
Cheers.
knew you had beer in your thing anyway. Okay, here's closing.
It totally had beer in my thing.
discussion shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the
Batman,
tavern
come hang
next
out
week.
again.
Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night.
Whoa.
Enjoy Chill Man's music, everyone. You have a good one.
All right.